D.
Let's go. What's going on, ladies and gents? Tonight, December 4th, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We rocking y'all out. This is Skyton Academy's cryptocurrency State of the Union address. My name is Champ Bobbitt. That's Steve Bayonne, together with Skyton Academy. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Steve, what's good, baby?
Everything.
Let's
We didn't
go.
miss on not one thing. I had no doubt all along, but at least we have believers. All right, this is how we're gonna start it. How many newbies you think?
Um, we got a good amount. Got a good amount. Nice amount of zeros in here.
All right. So listen, if you haven't heard our story, short spiel, Champ and I both got into crypto 2015, didn't know each other, invested in the same asset class, or same asset, which was XRP, right? Similar paths. Uh, Shit, that was before the XRP army back then. Was that formed yet? Probably not.
Nah, not really. That
All
was
right.
like infancy stage. Yeah.
So there was no there was definitely not too many YouTubers out there. I don't think I watched one YouTube video back then. Um, you just had to get the information from the muscle, right? You had to go searching. So any guy that's prior to 18 definitely put in some work, right? Now, just a little bit of background. When I first got introduced to cryptocurrency back in 15, it was from a college friend of mine who's, I consider him a peer, but he's around a lot of high level businessmen. So they introduced him to crypto and Bitcoin. The team of guys, I believe it was compiled of three guys. One guy I met, he was out of Jersey. The three guys were accumulating Bitcoin since the beginning of time. And this is how the story started to form Skyton Academy, or just to get myself involved in the situation. Synchronicity on this. Long story short, my friend is out of Jersey. Am I frozen?
You good now. You
All
were
right.
frozen, but you good.
Yeah, my friend is out of he's out of New Jersey. We went to undergrad together. So the guy that put him on had a son at the time living with his mother, right? This guy was a big developer in the New York, New Jersey area. He built a lot of the waterfront properties in Jersey overlooking Manhattan. So these guys were big. The father gets a call one day. The mom's like, listen, you got to get this kid out of here. He ran up the electric bill, damn near tens of thousands of dollars, right? Comes, grabs the son. He's like, son's kicked out the house now. So he has to go live with the dad. So the dad is like, what are you doing to run this? He was like, I'm mining Bitcoin. So instead of like, he's like, listen, you're not going to run up my bill, but explain this to me. So the son's explaining the whole Bitcoin mining. And listen, if you're an early miner, those guys accumulated like nobody's business, right? Now you're one of many. Big companies are mining. It's kind of all over the place. You're sharing a lot of rewards. So the father gets in, he partners with the son. The father, being a seasoned businessman, he says, listen, we have to find a place in the United States that has the lowest electric rate. So the funny thing is, how ironic it is, the next town over from me is called Norristown, Pennsylvania. They found a old sewing factory in Norristown, which had high voltage lines going in it. This building's been vacant forever. Nobody wants the building, but the lines and everything was still good. So they end up renting that place out, which is literally probably like 5 minutes from where I live. I had no idea. They start mining Bitcoin here. The rates are lower. They're killing, right? The father puts his business partners on, and they start to not only accumulate through mining, but they start buying Bitcoin. So they have a pack. These guys have to be multi-billionaires right now, just based on the last numbers I knew, and they had a pack to never sell. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to repeat the numbers that they had then, but trust me when I tell you, some calculators don't even go up that high. That's how wild it is. So that was my introduction into cryptocurrency. Now, I didn't know that story then. I met that guy maybe 3 years ago. He had bought a campsite. So he since left the city, and he's just kind of farm life and just simplified things. But you would never know this guy's sitting on that much crypto, right? So the first time I heard it, and I heard the word decentralization, so of course I had to go Google it. I don't have the best schematics when it comes to things like that, right? I'm a little simple, bright, but simple. So once I get the landscape of everything, at the time it was Bitcoin and then XRP was two, right? ETH wasn't even like really in a conversation at that time, right? Bitcoin's doing what it does. I want to say I was about $1, under 200 for Bitcoin when I would say around that time when we got in.
Yep.
I just didn't like it. I looked at the framework. I looked at what it was. I'm just like, never resonated with it. Right. XRP was the one I chose. I said, this is going to change the world. And at the time I didn't really understand the banking system, but I just knew that as a business owner, there wasn't a lot of opportunity for, the way you guys are raising capital now. Like we didn't have that back in those days. Like you either had credit and you can get a loan, or there wasn't any hacks back then. So you just had to have your money, and we were building businesses from the ground up with cash, right? Anybody I could tell about XRP and cryptocurrency, I did. And I sounded crazy back then. Why am I freezing today? I sounded crazy back then, right? So I stayed the course. I kept buying. XRP was 2 cents when I got in, right? So of course I'm dollar cost averaging. That's not my average now. Now there was a pivotal moment when XRP went to all-time high, champ.
$3.86.
So in that same month, what percentage did it go up?
36,000%.
I'm telling you how fast it can go. So it went from what?
It went from 6 thousandths of a penny.
No. That month, it wasn't that price.
Oh, I forgot what the
40
interest.
cents. Whatever it was, 38,000%.
Yeah, it was 40 cents. 40 cents.
And from 40 cents to $3.86. This is how fast things happen. You guys witnessed this. Well, we're not even near that. Right. So as the momentum's going, what happens after that? 2018, wiped it all out. Industry gone. I'm like, what the hell? Right. So once the lawsuit happened with the SEC bringing Ripple in, I'm not going to front. I panicked a little bit. Right. Because everything was in there. And I'm like, what is going on here? So I sold to then convert, or I converted to ETH. Now, ETH is number 3. And that was probably the best move I made, because when you were part of XRP then, they didn't have a basket of shit that they have now. Right. And ETH definitely didn't have what it has now. But what ETH did have at the time was a lot of projects. So now I was able to go down the rabbit hole, stack a whole bunch of ETH. I think I might have had like $22 entries on ETH, less than $60, put it that way. This is what the going price of that stuff was. So I'm hitting on all cylinders. XRP still in tow. We didn't have the cold storage wallets back then. At the time, between 17 and 18, it was only really South American exchanges. They shut down in the middle of the night. They took liquidity with them. God knows what I lost at the time. I don't even think I was really calculating things properly. Right. So when I get into the ecosystem, I get introduced to like the layer ones, and I'm like, oh, like now I'm seeing a basket of things happening within cryptocurrency. So I'm a serial entrepreneur by heart. I've been a business owner for over 3 decades. So I'm able to see things, and I'm able to see things far out. So when I was able to watch, it was the first time I saw business owners or just business people creating products 10, 20, 30 years out, right? And then I started to hear certain stories of guys that were creating projects and the reasons why they were creating them. So I don't know how many people went through that 08, 09 housing crash, right? So 2008. It didn't really affect my personal household until like maybe 2010, it caught up with me. You know what I'm saying? We had to kind of restructure, move some things around. So when the crisis happened, it formed a new type of innovator, right? So there were young kids who all had the same story. They were like, listen, I watched my father lose the house, right, during that time, inability to pay bills, alcoholism. And this is not my father. I'm just telling you the stories that I'm hearing from people. Fathers committing suicide because they couldn't just hold the shit together. So now these kids are now building products to just disrupt the banking industry. All right. So this is all happening. Now, I didn't know the timeline of when money expires. I didn't even know what money really was, to be honest with you. I just knew how to make a shit ton of it and spend it just as quick as I made it.
Yeah.
Right? That was the day that this was like bling bling era and all things, right? So when I'm listening to these stories, I'm like, damn, they're coming into it for with a different purpose and reason. Now, Bitcoin, of course, not having a particular owner, there's nobody reporting on things. And I'm like, that never made sense to me. And I didn't go down the rabbit hole then to know who owned Bitcoin, right? Because I don't think we even cared about that, to be honest with you. It just Satoshi Nakamoto, right? Whatever. I ain't go
That's
too
it.
deep. I didn't
Right.
mess with it. So it didn't matter to me. But I knew that it wasn't this person. I just kind of felt it, right? And then we did a breakdown. So if you're not part of the academy, we do have a video where Champ breaks down who owns Bitcoin. And listen, in short, guys, it's the government, it's the NSA. The technology is SHA-256, right? So that's the cryptography behind all this stuff. When you talk about the highest grade of security and things like that, there's not too much that the government is not a part of, right? The NSA. You understand? That's what the technology was initially created for. So fast forward to now, we're able to dissect this past, present, and future of money. And then the further back we went, it kind of took me to Nixon and coming off the gold standard and how paper money was formed, right? Then prior to that was the Spanish flu going into the Great Depression, right? And then the confiscation of gold. So we've broken this down. And I'm a firm believer in you don't know where you're going until you know where you came from. So this is kind of the ride. And we just tooled up kind of a new way to enter the academy where we give you the past, present, and future in a 4-day masterclass. Just so that way, by the time we get to cryptocurrency, because Champ will tell you in the last 3 years, it has been hell trying to convince anybody to invest in this particular asset class, right? We had the media was bashing us, Vanguard, BlackRock, Jamie Dimon, you name it. Every single one of these guys was shitting on the industry, but we knew from the research we did that these guys were already building out infrastructure, right? But billionaires and multimillionaires, they would never give you advice or gems on things that they're not connected with in ways that they can make money. So you go through this whole, they demonize the market. If anybody gets caught trading Bitcoin, you will get fired. And we've heard all the stuff. And I'm like, guys, don't listen to these dudes. They're bugging. They're in position, right? So when SEC and Gensler and these guys bring, Ripple into litigation, it pretty much was about bringing the elephant in the room, right? So you're talking about what, 4 years still we're going?
Yep.
Over damn near $500 million in fees, legal fees, right? It's the only cryptocurrency that has regulatory clarity. The only one. You understand? We gave you the story behind ETHgate and why they got the pass, what administration created the problem on the way out. So once you start to understand the story of cryptocurrency and how it was built, and that there's just the fraud and everything that was tied to it, you start to realize who the players are and why they did what they did. In short, guys, the United States banking system cannot keep up with the innovation, right? I went to the bank not too long ago and it took me 15, 20 minutes just to pull cash out. I had to go to teller. It was the most inefficient transaction I ever had in history. And mind you, I move crypto like it's nobody's business and it's big numbers. I'm like, this is nuts. Their system was freezing, all types of shit. So whatever, I get through it, I'm out. Now you're starting to see banks consolidating, right? We don't need any more branches, the way we do business. And then you had the rise of what the new banks were called fintechs. This is the Cash Apps, the PayPals, the Venmo. No one goes to the bank anymore to open bank accounts the way that we did, right? Then I went down another rabbit hole. I started to read the disclosures that the bank gave you, little pamphlets that you get, the ones that you keep in a folder you never look at. There's a lot of information in there. And not only that, but you probably get emails nowadays that are giving you updated terms and conditions, right? So if you have an email from your bank with the terms and conditions, I would urge you to just read it. Just copy paste it, bring it to Chat GPT and tell Chat, listen, summarize this for me. Trust me, it'll do it for you. And then you could also tell it, point out anywhere where it says digital asset or cryptocurrency. and start reading what they're saying. All right. So in short, even in conversation today, Champ and I had a meeting with somebody, and she was just kind of putting this on to, they have the ability to now transfer your fiat, right, into a digital asset or cryptocurrency without your permission. So I told you guys from the start, you will be involved in cryptocurrency, even if you, whether or not you want to be. There's been a lot of social conditioning in the last how many years. When you hear the word wallet, we don't even associate wallet with like a leather thing that a man carries. It's just a wallet, right? This is, and then you have the Apple Wallet, the Samsung, the Apple Pay, and it's getting us accustomed to tap and go, tap and pay. The velocity of information, the velocity of how fast we can do business with each other was outpacing the money, right? So you had that issue with an antiquated system, and then you had an issue of inflation, right? Obama, he opened up the printing machine. Then everybody else after that opened up the printing machine, and you just can't stop printing money, right? So the catalyst was really the pandemic. We printed more money during the pandemic than that was ever really even existed. Champ, fact checking.
That's 100% fact.
And listen, bear with me, guys. Champ knows I don't even like to do this one-on-one stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm already in 2050. Y'all fucking brought me right back down to 2024, and I hate 2024 with a passion. So when I say that is I'm Champ and I are already preparing for the next iteration of crypto, right? The first round is what we call infrastructure, right? I always like to tell people, if you're going to invest in real estate, what would you invest in? And I'm not going to do that with you guys. It's usually the same thing. The building, or this, or that, or that. And I'm like, no, you buy land, right? Because with land, you have air rights and mineral rights. So whatever you want to build on it, that's your business, right? You can land lease it to somebody, whatever, but land. So land to me would be what I would call infrastructure. You understand? So when you first come into the industry, you need to look at the infrastructure first. And that's the blockchain. That's where everything sits. All right. So pay attention to this, guys. We're talking about, we have the internet, and then we're laying technology on top of something that's already robust and powerful. Without the internet, we can't do this. Drop in the chat what city and state you're currently in right now, just to show you the power of the internet and how we can bring people together. So when you have this internet, then you have this blockchain layer, and then you have this cryptocurrency layer that sits on top of it, which is going to represent, it's an asset, not currency, right? Because these are all tech companies, guys. When you start to think that this is currency, every time it goes up 50%, what do you want to do? Cash out and go buy something. It doesn't work like that. You can't treat these things like currency. You have to treat them like an asset, meaning you have to hold for the long haul, right? We're at $3.5 trillion right now. In a short few years, this thing could blow up to 3, 4, 500 trillion and beyond, right? That means you have to tokenize damn near every asset in the world. Anything of stored value is going to sit on the blockchain. This is how we're going to be able to interact with each other peer to peer. This is how we're going to be able to have autonomy over our own money for people that are smart, right? This is how we'll be able to sidestep middlemen. This is how trillions of dollars are being moved through a financial system that has nothing to do with the central banks, right? These are the guys that have their foot on our necks, and we don't even realize it. You understand? These are deflationary assets. My bank account dwindles, my crypto asset grows. This is what's been happening in the last 10 years, right? Even if they gave you 10%, you wouldn't keep up with the rate of inflation right now. Okay? So no one's making any more money. The cost of everything is going up. And the only asset class that has been increasing steadily, and Bitcoin has outperformed everything in the last decade. Everything. You understand? And I don't want to hear nothing about the stock market, because there's one stock holding up that entire thing, and it's NVIDIA. And that company don't pull profit. It's just a money generating. I mean, it's just, they just raise so much capital. There's new players coming into that space. So now when you have internet, blockchain, cryptocurrency, AI, and automation, this is what you call the fourth industrial revolution, guys. You understand? Every industrial revolution prior to this one has always been affected by one thing, and it's the rise of new technology. So if we already have the internet, what do you think is going to happen when you sit money and stored value on top of the internet as fast as the internet moves right now? And if I wanted to send Champ $9 million right now, can I not instantly send that to you at this time or any time during the day
3 seconds or less.
with no interruptions?
None whatsoever.
All right. So we watched cryptocurrency fund a war on the Ukraine side, and then we watched the Russians use it and the North Koreans use it to sidestep sanctions, right? We've watched companies like Venezuela. We've watched countries, other companies too.
Right.
I always make the mistake, but then it's always right. You know, we watched these guys adopt this technology. The city of Miami, that's a crypto-friendly city. You know, they have a Miami coin. Now you have all these Bitcoin reserves, all the states, right? All these institutions are now starting to adopt Bitcoin reserves. Guys, when you have something that only has 20 million coins ever invented, nothing more, nothing less, at 99% now,
Yep.
that means there's only 1% in circulation right now that's not accounted for. So once we get to that point, there's nothing more that could happen. This is a piece of technology that was put here on purpose because they knew what was going to come. You understand? These guys have 100,000-year plans. They knew that BRICS, they knew these guys were going to form a new world reserve currency that would sidestep the petrodollar, right? So now the United States is losing dominance. Not a whole lot, right? We're still strong. Don't get it twisted. But dominance in the sense of it's not only countries that can sidestep it, but citizens can do the same thing. That's where the power really lies, right? This is why it's important for everyone to understand this asset class. For one, it's going to set you up for life. I'm going to tell you this right now and write this down. Trust me when I tell you this. No one's going to tell you. Within the next 4 years, if you can't accumulate the most money that you've ever made in life, your ability to make money after that, it's done. It's done. With AI and automation, it's literally by 2030, the landscape of the job market is going to be like out of here. You understand? There's not going to be too many jobs out there. So at that point, they're going to have to create universal basic income. You know, at this point, with the amount that Bitcoin, that the government holds, they can really wipe out our debt. And that would be wild if that guy did that during this administration. Just to hit a reset button on a payment, it's possible.
Yeah.
You understand? So we have a pro-crypto president. We have a pro-crypto vice president. We have 250 Congress members that are pro-crypto. We got Gary Gensler out the way. If you don't know who he is, that's the current SEC chair. Trump already said if I won, the first thing I'm gonna do is fire him. He's like, I'm not going anywhere, and he ends up just resigning. Right? He's still in tow. They just announced his replacement, Janet Yellen. She's out of here. So if you don't know these names, you might want to write them down. These are important people who they don't move with administrations. They're staples. The last guy we got to get rid of is Jerome Powell. Those are the most powerful people in America. It's not the president. It's Janet Yellen, Jerome Powell, and Gary Gensler. You understand? They're given the power. There still are people that tell them what to do, right? Larry Fink, right? You know, these are the guys kind of, you know, they're the ones that control the money flow, right? So we fast forward to Trump winning the presidency and everything goes crazy. The market sentiment is up. You know, the most ETF filings right now, you're going to have a lot of crypto influencers out here who are, you know, going to tell you, oh, I've been in crypto since whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if you started yesterday, 10 years ago, or if you were there since 2008. It doesn't matter to me. The shit that Champ and I were able to put together just through deep dives and research, intuition, vision, right? I don't think there's another tandem that can mess with us. I know it for a fact. There's some sharp dudes out there, but there's a lot that don't know what they're talking about, guys. And listen, I don't have a problem with Bitcoin. Let's not create a war amongst coins, right? Everybody is in position and everybody has a particular role to play in this ecosystem. It's here. This shit is here to stay. Will they run it up to $1 million? For sure. For sure. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a case use type of guy, and I don't care what they do on that side.
Yeah.
Realistically. Right? So what Champ and I were able to do too is once we started to study the infrastructure, we understood the top blockchains. right? You got the E, Solana's another one. You guys can write that down for you newbies. But where you have to be careful is we didn't only research, we actually, what's the word I'm looking for? We actually
Utilize.
transact on these
Right.
blockchains.
Mm-hmm.
So we know the speed, we know the fees, right? We know the inefficiencies, we know what they do well, and we know what they do terrible. ETH is still in what, champ?
Beta mode.
And Bitcoin stands for what? BTC?
Beta test coin.
Antiquated technology, proof of work, proof of stake. Does what?
Doesn't work.
It's just old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yahoo used to be the biggest player in the 90s. First in, first out.
Yeah.
And there's some new guys coming in. When you look at Hedera, Hashgraph, it's a totally different type of blockchain right there.
Yeah.
The most secure, it's the fastest, right? It's centralized. Here's the downside, guys. That's what you guys got to be careful with. This is why I say get the knowledge, right? Money can buy you freedom. You understand? But what they're about to do with the CBDCs, Ripple is behind all of this. So really, if somebody told me to end it, I'd be like, listen, let's not do that, because I know what the governments are going to do with that particular product, right? And if you don't know what that is, champ, school them.
I got you. So XRP, Ripple is the company. I just want to make this loud and clear. Ripple is the company. It is the fintech company. They utilize XRP. XRP is the digital asset. It's the only digital asset that has regulatory clarity, and it handles cross-border payments and remittances, global transfers. The XRP ledger was created by the company Ripple, but it's decentralized, right? There are a multitude of people on it who validate transactions. So it's not just controlled by one person. It's fully decentralized, which means anybody can build upon it, add to the ecosystem, and allow it to thrive, right? The community is the community, the use case, the utility, the volume. That's what determines success on any blockchain. Does it solve a problem? Yes. Infinite scalability, transparent transactions, right? It's on a ledger. It's a distributed ledger at that. So if 1.1, let's say you have 10 computers and one of the computers gets attacked, you still have nine other options that are still running the network without downtime. The XRP ledger is the only blockchain that has never had downtime whatsoever. So when we're talking about powerhouses, that's one of the powerhouses, and they're changing the financial landscape already. Now, you want me to go into the future of what's about to happen? All right. So,
Nah, just listen, just explain to them what a CBDC is so they could understand, like, listen, this is not a game, guys. Do not just think that you hold this asset and we don't have like shit to worry about.
right. All right. So, a CBDC stands for central bank digital currency. Basically, this is somebody having 100% autonomy and control over your finances, what you spend. They can see every single dollar that gets utilized, moved, transferred. They have the power to determine what you can and can't spend, and you cannot save any money on a CBDC. It has an expiration date. So there's no way that you'll be able to, if we ever go into a CBDC state, you will never be able to save your way anywhere. They tell you 100% you cannot spend this CBDC here. You cannot send this person this money. And it has the expiration date on it that will literally say it expires. So if you do not spend it, it vanishes, it goes away. That is not the world nobody wants to live in. So it's horrible. So understand that these digital assets that are here, these financial tools or these technological tools, these are truly assets that you can use and they solve real problems. This is completely different from what a CBDC is. That's 100% control. That's what you don't want. So you would rather be your own bank than allow them to bank for you.
So understand, guys, this is already a reality in China, right? There's a lot of countries that are testing CBDCs right now. Okay. The United States is using the data or the countries as a breeding ground to see how citizens are reacting to it, right? Americans don't really, well, shit, half of us do comply, and then some of us don't comply. right? So it's not going to be an easy feat. You know, China, you can kind of roll that out because they all move robotic and no one owns a gun. You know what I mean? So it's like they're of different, they're of the same culture, so they move similar. We are of different culture, and you no, fuck out of here. I'm not doing that. That's
Yeah.
the culture. So what you have to realize with this technology, right? Between 2025 and like 2028, you're going to start to see a financial revolution around the world. Governments versus governments, citizens versus governments, citizens versus citizens, right? Everybody's going to be at each other's necks. You're starting to see the political landscape changing in every country. Younger leaders, opposition leaders overtaking stuff. Today, South Korea, lockdown, martial law, every citizen in, right? Just to make sure they don't overthrow the government. Today also, France, if you guys start researching what happened in France just now, they just got rid of the prime minister. They just voted that the French government is deemed inefficient, getting rid of people now. This is happening all over the world, right? There's a new populist movement. That's what Trump is. These are populist leaders, right? They don't have to be qualified. Just people are just fed up with politics as usual. If that lady would have won, we would have been screwed. I promise you that. They would have gave us CBDCs before they gave us regulations. Like they would have found a way to just fumble this entire thing. That's what they've been doing. You understand? Here's what I got to tell you guys. You have 100 days from the time that he gets into office, right? That's the framework that he's laying out. It's going to take 100 days because he has the House, the Senate, and everything else under the sun. They're going to effectively try to do a government shutdown at the top of the year. Or they may even try to just start World War III just to like throw this whole shit off. Because what they're coming for is they're coming for the truth now, right? He's hired a bunch of outsiders to oversee. Trump has his own, he doesn't even use CIA for intelligence. He uses a private company. He's done this before. And he's within his rights. He just doesn't trust the system that's around him, right? So he's bringing in all the directors. He's just changing the landscape of stuff. And everybody that's coming in has a vendetta against the government. Insider trading, Nancy Pelosi, done. Like everything's going to be addressed at this point. So what I need you to pay attention to is once the framework is set up in the first 100 days, that's going to put us around April, May. The game starts then, right? There's going to be a series of things that I want you guys to pay attention to. And it's going to wrap around XRP. It's the 100,000 Bitcoin, nothing changes, right? But RLUSD approval changes a lot of things, right? Bitcoin has no place in the banking system. It can never be it, ever. If you've never transacted with it, then you won't know why I'm saying that. It is for store value and store value only. It is digital gold. It's a place that these wealthy are going to park money. Yeah, they'll run the score up, but I want you guys to pay attention to a lot of the projects that we throw at you, because not only are we invested in infrastructure projects, but we've also moved over into what I would consider the first wave would be government and institutions. And then after that would be the mass adoption projects. How crypto and blockchain changes the music industry, how crypto and blockchain changes every single industry. I don't care what it is. It's going to do one of two things. It's either going to enhance the way you do business or it's going to totally destroy it. But the basic premise of why I love cryptocurrency, it removes the friction and the middleman. I am a go to the source direct type of guy. I've done it in every line of work that I've had. If I'm not the plug, I am a phone call away from the plug. Right now, you're sitting with the plugs. I'm effectively going to stop teaching Crypto 101 prior to the 100 days. Champ will take over. We have projects that we're working on. We both can't be sitting here hand holding. And then once things take off, most people aren't going to be able to afford the main assets. What you guys have to realize is 99% of these projects are going to go away. So when you hear numbers like 300 trillion, 200 trillion, or even 100 trillion, it's not going to go into like Shiba Inu and Pepe. I'm not saying that. There's always going to be a meme coin around, right? That's just, there's going to be digital lottery and you hit, you don't, whatever, it's fun. But the money's going to start to pump into the main projects, and you kind of saw a glimpse of it. All right. They're building institutional products around cryptocurrency. So currently now you can stake to make money. I'm waiting for the institutions to kind of, I hate that these guys are in, but it is what it is. They got more money than anybody at this point now. So we're just dealing with it. There's going to be, we have a whole DeFi market that's here now, right? I wouldn't tell you guys to get into it now, but this is where you would leverage the power or the value of your cryptocurrency to then borrow against it without the need for Social Security or anything, right? Everything's done through smart contracts. So if I have $1 million portfolio, I can get a loan up to 500,000, and we've done this over and over. We also got our fucking ass handed to us too.
Excellent.
So you gotta be careful what you do with the money. So you're gonna start to see crypto going from 50,000 coins to like really slimming, right? You don't have to go too deep. Now, what we're doing too is we're keeping an eye on new emerging industries, carbon credits, bullshit industry, but it's going to be huge. Tokenization of everything,
yep.
Right? Real world assets. Like this is what we do. So when you have guys like EYL talking about, oh, just invest in the top 3 and you'll be okay. Fucking bullshit. Do not listen to these guys. They are not here to liberate you. They don't do that. You understand? So we are probably, even just in our foundation course, we might have gave you 6 or 7 sectors. We got about like 20 more sectors that we didn't even open up because this is like, it's just too much at this point now.
Yeah, it's overload.
Yeah. You know, and you don't want to kind of FOMO into everything because everything is broken down into baskets. We have what's now, we have infrastructure that's going to be around, and then we have layer ones that are going to sit on top that are changing the way that businesses are done. When you understand crypto, you understand how the world's going to change and how the world's going to move. Right. So it's not solely about investing. I want to get everybody not just investing in cryptocurrency, but investing in the infrastructure. So right now, Champ and I, we own antennas with the Helium Mobile. Right. We have $20 Helium phones. Right. That was something that was big. You have the Solana phone. There's phones coming with like, no more of the, every time we click an app, we give up all our information. Crypto's not about that. Right. So you're going to have decentralized phones, meaning you download an app. If I say no, I should be able to get the app, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Right. You have a lot of censorship going on right now with the current administration. That's a big problem. Cryptocurrency changes that. When things are when social media sites, that whole social media thing we're gonna flip the whole thing upside down. You're starting to see monetization now. They had to do it because they know what's coming. At this point, what I need for you guys to understand is we're not investing in this as individuals. We have to invest in it as collective. Right. So when we tell you that certain things aren't good for us and we don't support it, we're not supporting it. They can't do anything without our support. There's not a billionaire that's self-made. They just solve big problems.
Yeah.
We're watching the fall of government. We're watching the fall of entertainment. Entertainers, this is the Roman days now. These are, they're just entertaining us. But now we're no longer entertained by these people. We're actually seeing them for who they are. So one, we have to stay off the entertainment. I'm just telling you, I'm promising you this. They're giving us what they're calling the trial of the century. Think about the timing of it. Don't get caught up in that. Focus on the next 100 days for when this guy gets inaugurated, getting your fucking bag in order, your house in order. You understand? I have made the most that I've ever made in my life. And I'm not saying I ain't put in no work for it, but I didn't really have to there's no manual, physical labor when it came down to this. I'm not a stock investor guy. I've kind of played ignorant to it. But this emerging market guy, there's not a stock in the world that could change your life. All these guys like, oh, just buy Nvidia or Apple. It's like through $200-$300. Like what? What are y'all talking about? Even if those markets did get a capital infusion of $1 trillion, how high can those assets go? Every single one of those companies need this technology right here.
Yep.
So part of this call was one, just to let you know what the landscape is and in the time frame, because I keep hearing, how long do I have? The longer you say that, and just ask yourself that question, how long have you been saying it? That's been my rebuttal. You asked me that dumbass question, I hit you back with a dumber question. How long have you been saying, when is a good time to get in cryptocurrency? You don't know when to buy, then you won't know when to sell, you won't know how to protect your asset. If you keep your cryptocurrency on exchanges like Coinbase and Uphold and crypto.com and those places where beginners go, there's no security for you guys. There's no, FDIC is not even really insurance, but if the exchange get hacked, they also have what they call the private key. If you don't have your private key, what's the saying that we have in this industry, Champ?
Not your keys, not your cheese.
That means you don't have ownership of the asset. So if your assets are sitting on Coinbase, you don't have ownership of it. If it gets hacked and they take the assets from you, you no longer have them. And think about it. As the value of these assets start to go up, this is where the attacks are going to start to happen.
Yeah.
Don't listen to any these Bitcoin maxis that tell you, oh, it's impenetrable. It's been hacked already. Bitcoin has been hacked already. Quantum computing is hacking Bitcoin every day. The reason that these hackers don't wipe the whole thing out is because then the jig is up, right? So what they'll do is they'll take incrementals. You can never get your account to zero. There's always incrementals. You're not buying whole Bitcoins. It's fractional. Who's really taking a snapshot of what their accounts are at the end of the day? So we show you good practice. Cold storage wallets. We have weekly reminders that go out to everybody to make sure that you're keeping your stuff updated. You're looking at your assets. When you never had autonomy over your money before, you don't know what it's like to babysit it. We are plugging things into computers. We are using different type of computers. We stay off of public internet signals when we're transacting. We don't transact on the road. You know, we don't carry our cold storages out for no reason. We don't keep our private keys with our cold storages together. The private key is your life. But in a few short years, that entire industry and the way that we do business is going to change. But our job now is to protect the asset when it's low. Because trust me, when that thing gets high, everybody's going to be gunning for it. We don't answer emails. We don't answer phone calls. We don't fall for, oh, if you send me 1 Bitcoin, I'll send you 10. Like I'm telling you, I've seen people lose tens of thousands talking to a fake marketing_guru. They are very elaborate in the way that they create their scams. So what we did was we created this product called the Foundation. It's 5 parts, right? Part 1 is what, champ? Let's see if he gets this, guys.
That's one.
Let's see if he gets this. I don't think he does, but let's see. I got 1 Bitcoin on it.
You got a Bitcoin on it?
You gonna fuck it up.
Oh,
Part 1, and no hiccups.
All right. Part 1, crypto 101. Part
All
2, sectors. Part 3, crypto security. Part 4 is scams. Part 5 is my favorite, cold storage wallets. I need that. I need that Bitcoin. We had 98.
You don't even like Bitcoin.
We had 98. Nah, because
I don't even like Bitcoin. I see it was Bitcoin. I got receipts.
I'm converting it. Look,
I'll never. Now you can't convert it. You gotta keep it.
I'll keep it.
So listen, those are the 5 parts, and the reason why those 5 pillars are important is because it not only gives you what the industry is, but it shows you how to. And we're actually going to update the scams. So we've been updating scams every year. So every time we get new scams, we just try to keep you guys abreast of it. Listen, I've seen some. We've been part of rug pulls. Champ, how much XRP did you lose?
100,000. Shit's crippling.
I lost a shitload of ETH. And this is messing around in the DeFi market, we found out. So that was part of us always leading with security because we got our ass handed to us. Not because we were dumb, just because we were doing the absolute most. Mm-hmm. Right? We played around the industry. We knew enough to say, you know what? We can definitely do this teaching thing, but we have to lead with security first.
Yep.
Right? I've seen people create dashboards and say, hey, listen, I'm going to get you started with this much in your account. They'll show you 10 grand, you know, and then now you start to send the funds to them. They'll bring that account up to 100 grand. And now you press that button to cash out. They're like, oh, there's a transaction fee and it's going to cost another 5 grand for you to take it off. And I'm like, wouldn't you just take it off the shit that you have? Like, why would I have to give you more? And people are giving more and more money. This is how elaborate these scams are. But the thing is, they play on your emotions. I'm going to tell you something, man. Here's the scariest part about the times that we're entering right now. And I didn't know what the feeling would be like when these wallets started to move, but there's a lot of psychology behind looking at something that you don't know where it truly is. This is what I'm going through right now. Right? So when I tell you 11 guys and we totaling $81 million, it's not a game. The whole premise of starting the Skyton Academy was, one, to train a group of individuals who normally wouldn't get access to this information. Let's be honest. And nothing against my white males on here. If you're on here, you kind of already know the spiel. They've been fucking things up. These guys' currency is supposed to flow. When you have the top 1% splitting from the top 1%, splitting from the top 1%, this is not about race at this point now. This is just obvious who's running this shit. You understand? And they're not looking to give us anything. So that's why I scream from the rafters. It used to be like, we could never have a room maximized on a Wednesday. And I have people blowing up my phone now who are regulars. They're like, yo, what are you talking about? I can't get in the room. Like, this is where we're at right now. Everybody wants in. You understand? And when Trump gets into office, it's going to get even crazier for us. So I'm telling you guys, if you've been rocking with us, stay. The $50 a month that we charge is really just an insurance policy for you. Even if your bags are packed, you know that we're giving you more and more information. You have unlimited access to our courses. We have new courses coming out. We're doing tokenomics, real world assets, the DeFi market. We're going to start to break these things down into mini courses because you guys have to start to understand how you get in position in the future, right? You don't sell bags. Like, think about it. You're going to sell and make $1 million today. You're going to put it in fiat. What are you going to invest in now? Do you know how to buy precious metals? Do you know how to effectively buy real estate? Can you purchase a passport out the country and look to be a global citizen now? That's the phase that Champ and I are going into with the Academy. Leaving America to set roots in other countries, the UAE, Dubai. These places are crypto friendly. These places are going to offer incentives like nobody's business. From a phone, you can buy fractional ownership of flats in Paris. You can buy a condo in Dubai in seconds. This is what cryptocurrency is about. When you start buying real estate, it doesn't take 45, 60 days to close on a transaction. It's just an inefficient system with too many hands in a pot. You'd be able to close in hours with cryptocurrency. We're still waiting on a black swan event, guys. Do not think that these prices, you're going to have the ability to time that market. Dollar cost averaging. Take your time. You understand? Take your time. Trust me when I tell you that. We're only a small percentage, a small population of people that are investing in cryptocurrency. And I would say out of the 4 to 6% that I keep hearing, man, it might be a 0.5% of people that actually know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Not the guy that just had the Bitcoin or that has the ETH or even the guy that has the XRP. That's wild ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let these influencers online divide us. It's like apples and oranges. Bitcoin does what it does, and y'all about to see what XRP is about to do. And this is not investment advice. I'm just telling you, this is Champ's favorite asset. I could let him go crazy on this, but we'll never get off this call. But when you're in the Academy, you've heard this before. It's on our YouTube page. Just go on YouTube and type in Skyton Academy. Keep notifications on. Right? Go through some of the old stuff. Man, go back to 2018 and listen. No, we're 3 years in. So for the Academy, formerly teaching. Back then, I don't even think there was Instagram back then when we were accumulating. And I definitely wasn't on the internet. I had private pages. So.
Yeah, it was Facebook. A lot of Facebook action going on.
Facebook, yeah, there you go. I have transaction receipts from back then. Just ask me, I'll show it. So what I want you guys to be aware of is in next week, for anybody that did the SMS situation, we are going to be sending out an email for a registration, right? We have 2 products that are coming out. The first one is going to be a 4-day masterclass, which is starting in January of next year. I'm like done for the year, guys. I can't do anything more at this point. So January of next year is going to be the first installment of the masterclass, which is going to take you and some people took it already, so you don't have to retake this. This might not be the product for you, but it's basically 4 days of taking you through the past, which is everything from the barter system and how that was set up and why it didn't work, to the gold standard and how that's set up and why it didn't work, and then how Nixon took us off that to then create paper money and how that didn't work. And the reason that when I sat with Champ, I said, Champ, anytime I say cryptocurrency, people kind of turn a blind eye. But I'm like, they don't even know what money is. They don't know that this whole system's about to crash. Yeah. So in that, you get the past, present, and the future. So by the time we get to the future, which would be cryptocurrency, how AI is going to change the financial system, how we also gave a bonus of how to check your bank's health records. So we gave a bunch of websites, how to use it, how to search for your bank, how to see what your bank is invested in to know, because there's going to be some bank runs out here, guys. It's going to get nasty. right? We're not talking about bailouts. The government has no money to bail out banks. It's called bail-ins. This is when the bank actually takes your money to then use it, because that's what we did. When we gave the bank the money, we also gave them the rights to do whatever they want with it.
And it's in the fine print. Everybody agreed to it.
Yeah, you clicked it. You're in. And then they keep sending you new terms and conditions. So you just get voluntarily put into this banking system at this point now. I am to the point now where I have more in digital asset than I do in actual cash fiat. I shot a video on my Instagram today. I showed people over 250 retailers that they can use cryptocurrency in right now. Right before the call, we just had a purchase. Someone bought our 1% product with cryptocurrency. Right. So we have been transacting with cryptocurrency. You understand? Apple is already set up. All these company infrastructures are already set up for cryptocurrency. So Judge Torres today, if you don't know who she is, you need to Google that. This was the judge that's presiding over the Ripple case. Now we find out that it is legal and they have the green light for every bank to use what, Champ?
XRP.
And the digital
assets. Yep.
LT, ledger technology.
Distributed ledger technology. Yep.
It's like riding the bike again, guys. Bear with me.
You've been doing this for too long. You passed it.
I'm playing refresh now. So once you had that, that's the green light now, guys. This is what's going to happen. Your bank is going to be the new exchange. Okay. You'll have the Coinbase. Coinbase is a bank at the end of the day. They'll be designated that. Coinbase is doing a lot of the custody for the ETF, so they're going to be around. When you understand cryptocurrency, you could have got into Coinbase a long time ago as an asset that you could hold on the stock side. The same thing with Mara. Write that down. MARA. Anything that moves with Bitcoin is just a good stock to have. These are the mining companies. You have Mara and you have, what's the other one? Marathon?
Yeah, Marathon. And then there's another one. I can't remember off the head though. There is a third one.
Coinbase. Those are the three that you could focus on. They move with when Bitcoin moves. You understand? Coinbase being the easiest to on-ramp. That means you could easily sign up immediately, tie your bank account to it. You know, the exchanges we use, we have to buy stable coins to then send over, right? And the reason that we haven't really ever adopted Coinbase is because the projects that we were investing in early wasn't on Coinbase. They just listed XRP this year. Back,
yeah.
Right? When the lawsuit happened, everybody turned their back on them except for one. Well, the international exchanges, we were still rocking over there. We can show you how to buy XRP directly from the DEX.
Yeah, from the DEX.
We shot that video years ago. So what you need to understand too is you need to be trained on how to move in accordance, right? So if something happens with Coinbase, you know, you can go to Cash App and buy Bitcoin and convert it, right? You have to know how to use VPNs. Messing with Biden and these clowns, you know, they had a Restrict Act, and in there it says if you're caught using a VPN, you can get up to 20 years in jail. That shit wasn't about TikTok. It was never about TikTok really like that. It was about them losing control at this point now and surveillance. That's what this is about. But this technology puts everything on Front Street, right? Every transaction. It's there. It's immutable. It can't be changed. Now, the one thing that we can't see is those private ledgers, right, Champ?
Yep. The black books.
What people are using that stuff.
That's the biggest institutions and entities that exist. These are the controllers of the central banks. Yeah. We're talking trillions of volume of dollars of volume.
The Catholic Church, levels there.
Boys.
So they're on a private ledger. Guys, we've had glitches with XRP. Champ, what's the highest glitch number you've seen for it? And this, I'm not telling you that the price is going to get there. I'm just telling you that there's been glitches over time. And anybody that's in crypto, you know, we've seen those glitches before. And I don't even keep up with them shits. Every time it glitches, I got a ton of people that hate me like, yo, did you see that? I'm like, what did it show? What's the highest you've seen?
Highest glitch was 13,929. It is they go past that, but that I can verify that I've seen 13,929.
That's for XRP, just so you know.
Just XRP, yep.
All right. Let me give you a case use project that I like because it tends to make things a little bit easier and you kind of see the scope of what they're going to do. Write this project down. And you've heard it if you've heard it. If you didn't, then you're new, you're good. VeChain. VET is the ticker, right? definitely my favorite project. I gave it out when that shit was damn near couldn't even be a penny. But nobody cares about a penny, right? So this company is all things supply, data management, like solid blockchain, right? I'm gonna give you a few examples. The guy who started it, the CEO, he used to work for Louis Vuitton. He was the CTO, Chief Technology Officer. He broke off. Um, that group that he's with are investors in his company, right? So the biggest thing when you think of just luxury and handbags is what counterfeiting.
Counterfeit. Yep.
So they're creating technology that they can put inside of anything, handbags, wine bottles, anything that gets counterfeit. And just with a scan of the phone, you'll be able to know if that bag is one real or fake. And this could apply to anything, sneakers. Like just think of anything that could be counterfeited that has value. We'll institute this technology or a technology similar to it. I'm not going to say VeChain is going to carry the whole entire market, but they're going to have some shares. They have some big partnerships. So another thing that they've done was they partner. So now when you scan the bag, it'll tell you the origin of the bag, how many owners it had, where it came from, whatever, all the things, right? So you can validate it in real time. They have a partnership with Walmart China, right? Walmart China, old system, it takes 24 hours to find one product inside of a store with the current system they have. When VeChain came on to do the testing, 35,000 products every 3 seconds. This is what the technology does. So when you put information on top of this blockchain, it's able to source the information quick for people to grab it. This is gonna revolutionize the food industry. How many recalls have we been seeing on food right now?
Countless.
So if they have all our data, we swiped our credit card for it, right? Because we're barely paying cash, or you use the reward card that you do at the grocery store. That's all the tracking system. If something was to get recalled, shouldn't we get a text message to our phone right away? So this technology is the difference between life and death. So now you can instantly reach out to people who have bought and offer them credit immediately back to their account, right? And they don't have to like die of hysteria or whatever the stuff is. COVID in the food or mRNA in the food. Like this wild shit happening right now. So this technology is also going to keep things honest. So if people aren't putting things on the blockchain, don't do business with them. That's the old way of doing things. Oh yeah, it's safe and effective. Oh, but it's no, it was a trial. No, we told you it was a trial.
Wow.
God bless everybody, man. So now when you look at VeChain, this is what they did for Walmart China. Don't you think they're gonna do that for Walmart Global?
Global.
This
Yep.
is a test. The reason they started with China first because the guy's Chinese, so they have the Chinese government backing him. The Chinese government is also on board with it, with the technology. BMW has a partnership with them. Here's where it gets spooky. So BMW, and this is me thinking now. So what they're going to do is the cars of the future are going to be scannable. Anytime there's a part, you could tell how much rain dropped on the car. You could tell how fast the person drove. Every piece of data is going to be held inside of that car and sit on the blockchain.
Yep.
Today we use what they call the Carfax report. If the accident was never reported, you won't even know if that car has been totaled and fixed. This happens, right? We get sold lemons. So now the future cars with this technology are going to be scannable. You can verify the authenticity of what you're buying with anything. That's what VeChain is doing. Right now it's 7 cents. It literally 7x'd since we gave that project out. My favorite project. And I still don't have enough of it. Yeah. Here's the other thing. Now, when you think about what it can do for the car, think about the information that it could store. So now when you're speeding, guess what? It goes right over to the insurance company. You get penalized. You better be a model citizen when Web3 starts. Trust me when I tell you that. You better, man, listen, you better be a model citizen. They will know everything that happens. Not only would the insurance company get alerted when you're speeding, but then if you don't pay your car note, guess what happens when you go to start the car in the morning? Done.
Right.
And if we're already going into self-driving cars, that shit might not even be there when it's time to repo it. So now you have to be super responsible, right? There's no paying the car note late and thinking, going to work and trying to muster up the whatever. No, it's done. You can't get to work. You're cooked.
Mm-hmm. So
there's so much technology being wrapped around it. So we have this device. So we're in this industry called a DPIN, DEPIN, right? So what one of the companies that we're working with is called the DIMO or DIMO, DIMO. right? It's a machine that you plug up into your car, the same reader section, OBS, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The situation when you go to mechanic and they plug the car up and they tell you, hey, this is the diagnostic, right? So it plugs into that. Now it's giving you diagnostic report on your vehicle and you're being paid in tokens. Now what they do is with blockchain technologies, open source, that means people can build product around it. And I had a product idea for that. Once you start having the cars on that and you can have the data, now what I thought was, what if we created a system that the minute your engine light comes on, it can diagnose the problem, it can be sent to not only your home mechanic, but 3 mechanics in your area, right? And then it can be sent to 2 park places in your area too. So now you don't need the diagnostic fee from your mechanic. You already have it.
Got it. Yep.
Right? So all you have to do is do what? The car might even drive itself to the mechanic. Work gets done, work is validated, right? Because how many you think a mechanic would not take a part out and try to make money on you?
Sure.
Right.
Decade.
So I'm just showing you some of the real world case uses that no one's talking about. And if you only focus on the top 3, you miss it.
You miss it. Mm-hmm.
And I gave you a mouthful, pause, in a few minutes. And I'm telling you, I can go all night with this shit. It is going to change the way we do business. It is going to buy us more time. And I keep telling you, when you get this crypto wealth, and this is why I tool up a lot of people, the way I tool them up. The point is not to make more money, right? The point is to just relax and live life. You understand? Because some of the wealthiest guys are on the hamster wheel. They wake up at 2 in the morning, they don't go to sleep, they're working all day, all night, and they die at like 50 with heart issues, or they're divorced 4 or 5 times. That ain't the move. There's no amount of money for me to lose my family. You understand? So one of the main reasons why I wanted to start this academy and really train people up, and we have things for beginners and we go all the way to the 1%. When you have a big enough bag, what happens is we then now become one of the most powerful hedge funds in the world without calling it a hedge fund, right? Because if I told you 11 guys, we can come up with $81 million right now. How much leverage do you think that is in the real world? You divide that by 10%. I'll tell you, we could probably get $1 billion loan right now if we wanted to.
Undeniable.
Cryptocurrency is going to hold up the economies in the world. You understand? It is a powerful piece of technology. You guys can't take this thing lightly. So that's why I say we lead with knowledge first. So yeah, if you have XRP in your bag, put a 2 in the chat if you have XRP right now and it's sitting on an exchange and you don't know what a cold storage is, or you don't have a cold storage wallet. Put a 2 in there and be honest.
Be honest, yeah.
That's it. You just don't know what you're doing. They would never push cold storage wallets. Why? Because it gives you the power and it takes the liquidity away from them. So that means the value of their company starts to dwindle. Why would I enter another banking system? That's all it is. It's a form of a banking system. Coinbase has the highest fees. Today I was working with a guy, said, let's send a $10 transaction first. It costs $10 to send $10 today.
What network was that?
Bitcoin. No, I'm sorry, ETH.
ETH.
Or it's actually cheaper. It was ETH. ETH is horrible. I've seen you try to transfer $50. I've seen $200 in gas fees before. Depending on how many people and how much volume on that network is going to determine what your fees are. And if you're telling me it's the most volume that's being pumped into the market right now, that means that network is going to kill you on fees. And XRP, you can't even like calculate the fees on that network.
So minimal.
You can move billions of dollars for less than not even a penny.
A penny, yeah. Yep.
$10 to move $10. What?
Pure insanity.
Right. And the reason we move such small amounts first is we always like to test before we send to a wallet, but you don't want to test with ETH. So there's just a lot of knowledge that Champ and I have, not because we read it, because we do these transactions every single day. So when you're focused on a guy shooting a nice video and he may seem like he knows what he's talking about and, oh, he's showing you all this money and screenshots of wallets and things like that, cool. But what I want you to do first is I want you to go back. I want you to see his community. Go in there. How long have you been in crypto? Go to the YouTube page. Man, it's crickets. I'm glitching like Mitch McConnell right now. I'm looking crazy. It's not me. My computer's been bugging all day. Um, they on me, man. I could just feel the heat. So, oh, back to the psychology part, guys. I have people calling me now. Like, I've put up a couple of these things. Let me read this text message to you guys. I got so many of them. Here's one. This ain't a good one. Feeling like Dumbo right now. This was just today, too. Was going to invest 75K on XRP when it was 38 cents. Never pulled the trigger on it. Shit. That's a student and a personal friend of mine. He would have been part of that crew, because that would have been worth $500,000 right now.
Hmm.
Right? This is my favorite one. He's also a student who turned into a friend. They're all my friends now. And not because of the money part. We just grew to have, solid relationships. I'm at $1.2 million, bro. This is the best day of my life. 2025 will be magical. I'm trying to stay level because I didn't sell, but never seen money like this grow before. Right? This guy's he's a groomer. He's not a cheap barber, but he's not making millions of dollars cutting hair. All right. Damn. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. I can still hear you. You just freeze up a little bit.
I got you. And then he goes on to say, told you a million times, but thank you, bro. You lit the match that had me jump down the rabbit hole. So I'm not solely responsible for this. This particular person sold a house to buy his assets, an entire crib he sold. And I'm like, when he told me that, I was like, all right, I'm watching. So that 81, I'm talking about guys who had 1 million XRP, guys who had 500,000, of this, 400,000 of that. Shit, I've seen dudes with 200,000 renders. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I didn't even go that nuts
Right.
on some of these
That
things.
play.
So the messages have been coming in. The one with the guy that didn't take the leap of faith, there's a lot of those, but those people are sitting in shit, right? Because you're almost like, what the hell? But it's not too late, guys. I'm telling you that right now. If this industry can go up 100x, right, based on where it's at now, and beyond that, this is quadrillion. This is like the entire world's going to sit on this thing. Not XRP though. I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of different rails.
Yep.
So you're not too late. I'm just going to answer the question. Stop asking me, are you too late? Right? Because you said the same thing to me last year and the year before last and the year, like I don't forget a lot of things. I'm in the DM, I go back up and I'm like, bro, you asked me the same shit last year. You didn't buy anything? Oh, I'm just trying to get around to it. I mean, I dropped the ebook to like $29. I was damn near giving this shit. We were both giving it away for free, right or wrong.
Yep.
No value and free. I told Champ, we underpriced. 2025 price goes up. I'm out. Link in the bio. Head over to the academy. Get to work. Hurry up. We got 100 days to get in position. After the 100 days, it's not over. Like I said, we're on this ride. We're just taking a little further out than any other person that's on the internet. And listen, I'll go toe to toe on a versus with anybody, and I'll put Champ up, and he's better than me.
Facts. Let's go.
And if I got to get tagged in, then all right, now you're getting jumped. So with that said, guys, we have 100 days from inauguration day, barring a government shutdown. Right? They are going to rip through this market, and the framework's already set. It was already written up, by Republicans, and there's bipartisan support, on both sides. All right. This is the time, guys. I'm telling you, there's this thing called Operation Choke Point. Champ, you want to tell them what that is?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we're undergoing Operation Choke Point 2.0. This is where they are going to cut off your ability to be able to on-ramp or off-ramp cryptocurrency. They are going to shut off the valves. You will have no exchanges to go and purchase from or to sell to. That's it. And it's happening now. Every single day, I'm getting new alerts from cryptocurrency exchanges I've used for over 9 years, and they're shutting down day by day. US customers, you're no longer in a supported region. Remove your assets on there. And they'll every exchange will say that, even with those little micro amounts that Steve was talking about, because you can't get the account to zero. So they send you a notification and they say, listen, you have until, December, whatever, and you're cut off. And this is happening. And it's going to continue to happen until they shut down everybody's access. You will be using banks to be able to own rent.
Yeah. And we know that for a fact because banks are going to hold what this is going to be the bond market. So when you hear about BRICS and that competitor to the petrodollar, they're dropping our T-bills at a high rate. So Tether bought a whole bunch of it, right? That's USDT if you don't know. And then what's going to happen too is they're going to convert those treasury bonds that these countries don't want anymore. They're going to convert them to digital, right? And then they're going to make sure that the banks hold those in reserve. And that's what's going to balance the budget right now. And then they're going to do this. This is the kicker, guys. When you go to, and Champ, you can pull it up and then share your screen, go to debtclock.org. Show them the 5 and 10 year gold price right now. And show, go find out what the gold price is today for us as retail. I'm going to show you exactly what governments are doing right now to balance their books. They did this back then when they confiscating gold, right? When they took gold from citizens, what they did was they gave them a lower amount. The minute they confiscated all the gold, and they told you, we'll put you in jail if we find you with gold, right? The next day, they raised the price of gold and they got the economy back booming again. They're going to do the same thing with your money. So everything that's sitting in that bank right now, one, is already being devalued. Inflation is nothing more than the government taking the money back out of circulation because you can't spend. You have an inability to spend at this point now. If you're not making more money, like, come on, I have $1,000 grocery store runs for a family of 4. It's nuts. That used to be a price of a decent vacation.
I don't know why they got the screen wow big like this. But as soon as you go to it, it's making it super large, but you can see it. You see the running national debt for the US. Crazy. Medicaid.
No, get that revolution off because where that dethrone the Fed is, that's where the number is.
There's no X for it. I can't X out of it. They just got it up there right now. So they're probably doing something to it right now. They update this stuff repeatedly, but it's weird that they have this here.
You sure,
And
man?
I'm positive. And once you click on it, it takes you back to the Twitter profile. 100% positive.
All right. So we can't see it. But so what they did was they increased the price of gold, guys, to bring down the debt. Now we're going back to the gold standard again. It's already been activated. Every country is going to back their currencies by commodities. So at the Academy, we show you how to buy commodities, whether it be digital gold, not Bitcoin, physical gold and silver. Silver is my favorite of choice. It's rare, right? Gold is everywhere. It's of abundance.
Yeah.
But it is an old asset class for older individuals who hedge against inflation. And the price has been, it actually gold decreased when Trump came in and crypto increased. So this is just a generational shift, right? The baby boomers, they're on their way out. And I say that with love too, but they hold a lot of the wealth in the country now.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's a fight between the baby boomers and their children. They're like, well, why aren't you working? It's like, bro, it doesn't work like that nowadays. You can't work your way to a regular job and afford a house. You understand? And the economies are shifting. Kids are making, money online. These baby boomers, they don't understand online. So they're like, well, you're not really working. But it's like these kids are making millions of dollars. But they don't believe in home ownership because they don't believe in they don't believe in that American dream stuff like that white picket fence shit. That nobody even tells that story anymore. Like these kids are buying Lambos. They don't care about a white picket fence. They're in high rises. It's just a new day. No one's building with white picket fences anymore. The banks have been winning since the beginning of time, guys. So I'm just telling you, this is I wouldn't say death to the banks, but what we're going to do is the United States is going to consolidate all these small regional banks, credit unions and things like that. They're not going to be able to keep up. They're not going to be able to integrate these technologies. So big fish eat little fish. In these times, you have what they call consolidation. This is why Russia's taking over, taking back land from Ukraine. This is why China would definitely probably attack Taiwan. You're starting to see a lot of this stuff brewing. This is all about expansion right now. Everybody wants to be in position to control minerals, commodities, corridors, rails, blockchains.
Yep.
Just
Absolutely.
sit down and watch these guys park money in this thing like you've never seen before. I'm gonna leave you with this. I just found the wildest piece of information. The ETFs that were formed prior or current is a stock market product. right? It does bring liquidity in. The new ETFs are not only going to, the new ETFs are going to bring more liquidity into the crypto market by one, if you invest in, let's say, the XRP ETF and you actually hold XRP, you're going to get dividends on your XRP that you hold. So this is what's about to happen. And I knew that this was coming. They're not just keeping it on the stock side. The whole entire stock market is going to be tokenized. You're going to be able to trade stocks 24/7 like crypto, right? No settlement time, just instant sale, instant close, and then right into another trade again. So they can't wait to take the friction out of that stuff. Because can you imagine a multi-billionaire inability to send money 24/7? And that's what they like about this technology. It sidesteps too many hands. And then on top of it, at any point that they want to just block you. Now, let's talk about this. Palestine right now, Israel had sent out a memo to exchanges to block IP addresses of anybody in Palestine that has cryptocurrency. So when you're dealing with the Coinbase, you're dealing with the government because they don't even need a subpoena. All you got to do is say, boo, and they're like, whatever, take it. So that's a problem I have with blockchains right now. So you have to understand who's working for who and where things are beneficial.
Yeah.
That's why I self-custody. I don't trust those guys. And again, the government puts so much pressure on companies where it's like, what are you going to do? Lose your company because of this? That's how they were able to control the first wave of tech guys that came in. That's the Mark Zuckerbergs and those guys. Elon Musk, the only one that's really outside, but he about to run laps in there now.
Yeah. Yep.
But these new tech, crypto tech guys, they don't have an issue with government like that. When you're creating decentralized products, that's why it's hard to even touch it. You know, there's other decentralized products, but when there's no owner, it's hard to bring people to court. It's just open source. Like people are voting. You know, there's governing councils, and you know, I vote on projects that I'm part of. And what do I mean by that? When you're part of projects and you hold a certain amount of coins, and it's decentralized, so that means the people have the voice. This is how everything should be done. So the days of like rich white men in Texas, oil guys controlling like hip hop and things like that, that's dead, man. That's over. You even see the music industry consolidating now. You know who's going to own the music industry? Meta and Apple.
Yep.
They're going to own the music industry. So we have a ton of music crypto projects, not to really invest in at this point, but just to see the infrastructure of it. And if I was an artist, I'd be going that route, direct to consumer.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't want to touch your toes and all that, then you better go to the person that's buying it.
Yep. Consumer, that's the wave. That's the future. And
They're
that's
touching the toes or
nah, definitely
oh,
not.
oh okay.
The direct to consumer is the route. Nah, I
So
mean,
really, guys, listen, we're just getting the middlemen out the way. We have an opportunity to create massive wealth. Trust me when I tell you this, massive wealth. But before you start, don't lead in with how much money can you make, how much knowledge can you attain while you're positioning yourself in dollar cost averaging in. That's the name of the game. Don't go crazy over these dumbass wallets that you're seeing online right now. And I'm one of those guys that's throwing some stuff up too. But I'm not doing it to like, you know, I shoot my content pretty it's not to show off, it's just to tell a story. It's not my wallet. It's not my wallet. None of them are my wallets. Um, yeah, I'm done, man. So back to the product. We have the 4-day masterclass, which is going to take you to that. You're going to have the bonus section, which is going to show you how to search your bank's health and so you can know, are you protected where you're at? And I'll be honest with you, like you might want to get some of that bread out the bank. You know, you might want to start doing some stuff with that because you know when we did our first plan, which was a masterclass on kind of that of how to hedge against inflation and things like that. We told you guys this thing was coming. You know, our gold and silver accounts are up well over 40, you know, between 40 and 60%, depending on when you actually got in. I got a ton of precious metals. I don't even like really know what the value of the stuff is right now. You know, precious metals aren't something that you kind of flick around and you know, I'm not like Scrooge McDuck with the shit either. You know, I'm not diving into it knowing everything that I have, but it's a few pieces. Champ has some of them big ass gold bars. What they worth now?
yeah, man, shit, man, I forgot what the damn kilo right now. Kilo going for.
Over $1 million. It cracked $1 million the other day.
Ooh, I know right now, this is a super gem. Just because we talking about commodities, I'm gonna put y'all on to this. Excuse me. So, military consumption for silver is up, but what they're doing is they're about to use it because they're preparing just in case that we have another war. Silver is very necessary. It's very vital. So it's underpriced right now. There's an abundance of it, and it's cheap.
No,
So
there's not an abundance of silver.
no, not that's not going to be around for much long,
Right,
right? But I'm saying it's available now is what I meant. Excuse me.
right.
So you guys have the opportunity now to take this information that we're giving you and act on it. And we got all this information for you. You want me to tell them a spot where they can get it from? Or
Nope.
got you.
$31.75.
That's it.
This is just a State of the Union. We're not giving out checks today.
Cool. Let's rock. Now listen,
Um,
that's cheaper than a fast food um trip to go get, an ounce of gold. I mean, an ounce of silver. Come on, guys.
it costs, so that's a family of four Chick-fil-A.
You could get more. You could get for that for a family of four. Shit, at these prices, you might be able to get a ounce and a
Ounce of
half.
gold.
Shit. Yeah, God.
$2,670 for gold right now, an ounce. When we did our first plan a couple years ago, it was under 16, I think.
Yeah.
We show people how to hedge against inflation. We're not just all crypto. We teach you to diversify on this side. And then there was always a question, and this was good because there's not too many people that ask it, but I know a lot of people be wanting to ask it. How can we trust you guys? Like, what's your background? I'm gonna tell you that you might want to stay away from guys that are in the banking sector. I speak to them; they're dumb as shit when it comes to cryptocurrency. They don't have the data that we have. And on top of that, the reason that you should trust us is then if shit, if you don't trust us, who are you gonna trust? Your bank. All right, let me know how that goes. We're gonna be here same time every Wednesday. We do this Connect series. We're on episode what now?
Oh, 72.
And for all our guys who've been with us for over a year, that's been watching us put on 72 shows. I'm talking about some of these things are like 3-4 hours sometimes. I don't have the bandwidth anymore to do that, but put a fire emoji in the chat if you learned. You could literally go to our YouTube page and watch all of them, and you could probably get the whole entire game.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of hours of data. So when you invest with Champ and I, what we give you is we give you time and market. So he's 10 years in, I'm 10 years in going into next year. Right. So that means that you get so much time in market. You not only get the present, but you also get the past. Once you start to understand the story, especially that ETH story, you got that on YouTube.
Yeah. We gave it some.
Get that link. Give them that. We gave you like 4 projects already today. So that there's always stuff given out if you're paying attention. If you can find that ETH story on YouTube, drop that in there for them. This is a good one. He killed this shit. This is a movie. Yeah, drop a fire emoji in the chat if you picked up so much gems from us without even ever giving us $1. So when we put a price on shit, guys, like trust me, it's not terrible at all. And raise your hand if you're a student. Let these newbies, and this is what you got to do too. You have to go into those communities and you have to ask the people, not the guy that's running the community or the lady that's running the community. You have to ask the people. Do your research, go to their YouTube pages, get all their pages, see how far back, ask them, listen, how far back when did you start investing in cryptocurrency? What are your top 3 holdings? If you hear Bitcoin, ETH, and now XRP, run for the hills, man. They ain't going deep enough. They're following the ETFs. So now it's going to be a Solana ETF. It's going to be an HBAR ETF. It's going to be a this ETF. It's going to be I'm ETF'd out.
Yeah. But you know what? We need this. We need this.
No, it's all liquidity. It's fine. I'll take it all. And the thing about the ETF is when you invest with Vanguard in them, you're just investing in security. You don't own the underlying asset that they're investing in. So you actually make more money holding your own Bitcoin, but no one trusts themselves with this digital asset because they don't know. Shit, they could have paid $97 and we could show them everything from top to bottom. Mm-hmm. But again, these institutions are deep rooted in the financial system and sector. So a lot of the old money is going that way. But if you're young, man, you better hold your own damn Bitcoin. Pay attention to those guys. You got nothing with those guys. Now, the new shit that's coming in play, I kind of like that play. Yeah. But we're one step closer to you know, if you have millions of dollars in a particular asset, they're going to give you a certain amount on that per year. That's the DeFi market right there. They, you know, they still utilize your cryptocurrency to be able to do things. The banks are going to need XRP to move store value. They don't need it in your account. It does nothing for them. I'll gladly turn it over for the right price and knowing that you're gonna, you know, if something happens, you got me back. Yeah, so we're just gonna come on Q&A, right? If you guys want to drop your questions, I'll encourage you to raise your hand. We'll bring on some students. What has Stephen Champ done for y'all?
Let's get it.
Any questions in there?
Let's see. Who got their hand raised?
Shit, yeah, they're gonna have to negotiate. Nah, 10%. I need more than that.
Oh, that's dope. Jerry said you guys were the first ones that taught me that there was more in crypto than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Facts.
Jerry's been around for a minute.
Let's go. Nefertatum. Let me make sure I add you and then unmute. Peace.
All right, yes, Nefertaten, aka Shrika. You know, I smile every day, not even at the price, and I've spoken about this before, but truly valuing these assets and understanding what we're a part of it just helps weather the storm. Like, you know, Bitcoin's like an orange pill, and y'all red pilled me out of that. Like the ETHgate story and just seeing the root of it. It's such a beautiful time, really. And this is all that's happened within the last year. And I just look at my portfolio now and I'm like, there is no way, there is no channel, there is no other course, there's no other place I could have went to have me in the position that I'm in now. And most people, even if they had that, the wallets, the security, but also the long range understanding to not sell. Like this is not, we're not just in and out. Like we're here to actually change our lives, and we're here to actually become the hedge funds that we've been paying into with 401ks and having them take the fees. Like for me, I'm gonna drop some things in the chat of the group, but it really hit me today, like what all this is for. Like is there's a purpose why we're here. And you know, you guys touch on a little bit, like anybody that's here right now, like this is not an accident that you're here. For me personally, I know that the wealth that I manifest, it's not going back to this hellhole of a system. This money is for me to grow, for us to grow together, and then we relocate and we reestablish what we want to reestablish. And that's how important this opportunity is now. And you know, I don't know where we're at with the train. I know a couple months ago you guys were warning us like, hey, them doors, I think the doors are closed, and you know, sometimes it goes boom, boom. I think we got that first beep. So we got like one final beep and them doors are shut. And then it's, you know, it's off to greatness. So yeah, I'm super happy about that. I did have one question just with the FOMO of these countries. I've never seen that before, of just country after country. And if countries were to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet and then obviously price appreciates and they're able to pay off the US debt, what happens to the world then? Like, is it just expat life? Like everyone just gonna flee the US then? Like that's something that's crossing my mind. Like I understand Bitcoin will go up, but a part of me is like, do they want all the countries to accumulate and then they just pull the plug and just, you know, take that wealth away? That's always something that I'm contemplating. But nevertheless, always great to be here, and just such love and appreciation for you guys to not quit. You know, might take a week off, might take 2 weeks off, but just to really prepare us and teach us and allow us to mature into crypto. So had to come on and at least say that.
Greatly appreciate you.
She's my favorite. I like her, but she's special though.
Yeah, she moves super different.
Yeah.
So let me bring.
Wait, before we go, I just don't want people to go off. So Champ dropped. So we have this beginner's course. That's the 5-part foundation. it's going to be totally different from the other one. The other one's more of a higher ticket. So just to finish the tail end of it, you'll know your bank. The bonus is the bank, how to protect yourself, sites and stuff like that, showing you how to read your bank balance sheets and things. And then we're going to be adding a kind of a crypto FOMO package for newbies, right? And that's basically going to give you just the entry points, what accounts to open. We'll give you a few projects, some recommendations, right? If you pair that with this foundation, you'll have a great understanding of what the market is, and you'll be ready to go at that point. You know what I'm saying? You'll be to the point where you can teach somebody else the do's and don'ts, or at least know that when you hear people talking, like our students they hear the bullshit. They send me the stuff. They're like, yo, this guy's nutty. I'm like, yeah, I know. So I actually get a lot of my information from the students now. They getting stuff before I get it.
Yeah, they get into it.
Yeah. Sterling.
Daria said, I need 2 of those courses, please. Have
Man,
that.
it's Christmas, man. Send that thing to somebody else. So this course, guys, it is it's 6.5 hours. It's done in course format. So you'll have a username and login. You get through, you mark completed, you get certificates at the end. It's definitely a thing, guys. Use the Chrome browser as much as you can. Mobile is always a problem for me. Like, we live in this generation of mobile, and you guys are here, there, trying to listen, and just lock in. It's 6.5 hours. Don't play around with that thing. Get in, get out. We got any newbies too? Make sure the newbies get on here. I want to see what take their temperature. Sterling, what you got? And guys, keep it under like 30 seconds, just so we could, just give everybody opportunity.
Got it. Let me find Sterling. Sterling, bring him up.
Yo, in 3 years, I don't think there's been one person that came on and shitted on us, right?
Never.
Nobody's been mad at us.
We make it impossible.
I'm sure I definitely made some people mad at too.
Hey guys, nice seeing y'all again.
Absolutely.
I caught y'all on was it Storm?
Storm. Yeah.
Yeah. And I joined the last one that y'all did, the four classes, where y'all take us from the beginning of burning and stuff. And I missed the last parts of the last 2 videos though. Do y'all have access to that where I can actually watch the whole video, the last 2 y'all did for the last 2 weeks?
Absolutely.
The day 3 and 4.
Yeah. I watched 1 and 2. I was there for 1 and 2. For number 3, I was a little late because I got the times screwed up. It was in a different time zone. And the 4th one, I had something to take care of, so I didn't even get to watch the 4th one at all. So I like to watch them.
Yeah, everything was emailed to you though. Did you
emails?
The email I got links to all of the slides. The
inside the slides, you'll see the link to each one of the videos.
The videos. Okay, cool. All right, I'll check that. Thanks. Yeah,
they're right at the top when you first get into the slides.
Yeah. Okay, this other course y'all talking about, is that the one y'all just posted, the foundation.skytonacademy.com dash home, whatever?
Yeah, that's all cryptocurrency right there. That's the 5-part situation that takes you through the foundation.
Okay, what's
security scams.
Is it all right if I ask the price on that real quick, or I can probably see the price when I go to it?
97 on that one.
97.
Okay, cool. All right. And I think that's about all I got, guys. I don't want to hog the time. I'll let somebody else. I got more questions. I'm gonna let somebody else get in on it. So thank y'all. Appreciate it.
And Sterling, we also sent you the link to the YouTube folder for those talks. So all 4 of them, actually 4 plus the bonus, the bank bonus on there too.
In there. Yep.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Money Mike.
All right, let's do it. Mike.
He's definitely one of my favorites.
It's my guy right here. Money Mike. What's good, baby?
What's up with it, broskies?
Already.
Already. But yeah, I'm gonna be quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I wanted to say about y'all guys, man, is that I appreciate, other than, hipping me to some good game and clearing up some stuff, was the difference with y'all, bro. I've been in all them other groups, you know what I'm saying? Like all them cats from Atlanta, they drop courses and all that stuff. I didn't dropped out, man. I didn't put my income tax on that situation or whatever. But here, y'all actually teach. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all boys get offended if you don't have no questions. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all like walk you through in them other places. And if anybody on the call been in them other spots, it's always go study. If it don't work the way they said, they say go study. But here they say go study, but they right there with you. You know what I'm saying? If you get a hiccup, they right there with you. And if it's too much of a hiccup, they create a course about it. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like for real. Now it goes down over here. Like you never you feel like you by yourself learning this information. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like it's complicated. It might be complicated information, but the way they break it down, especially between the Oracle and Crypto Moses, man, say it gets there. You know what I'm saying? And they break it down. And if you ain't getting it, they gonna probably hit you with an email and break it down like with you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I want. They actually like help. They actually help. You know what I'm saying? That's what's different about over here. You drop out your bread, you gonna get your money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real.
Oh man, I appreciate that. And listen, those boys in Atlanta, they got the big houses. Them mortgages, they ain't cheap.
But I don't buy nothing from Atlanta no more, man. Boys, bro, like they got every course. They want you to buy rental cars. They want you to buy nursing systems. And I'm like, bro, hold on, man. Bro.
They got a course on buying a course.
Bro, you ain't never lying. Say, man, them people's crazy. But yeah, I ain't trying to talk about the time, but you know what I'm saying?
Money Mike. Always a pleasure, man.
I really appreciate you.
My God.
All right. We got the those are the insiders. Let's get some newbies in here. All right, just keep going down the line though. We're gonna stop at Kevin. Yeah, with Jay.
Let me get let's get Jay. Jay, welcome on. Talk to us.
What's good? What's good, y'all? How y'all feel, man?
Good, bless.
Man, I real quick, I just wanted to say my little spiel, and then I had to ask a quick question. I appreciate y'all for being on here and sharing the knowledge with everybody all the time. I actually heard about y'all like way back when y'all first started. I think it had to be 2017, 2018, whenever y'all first started, and I heard of y'all, and I didn't pull the trigger back then. And if you want to know how I'm kicking myself in the butt right now, from that. I'm like, man, I'm just glad that God brought me back around to y'all, you know what I'm saying, so that I can learn the right way. And I already had a background in this, as we already kind of talked about it, but I actually learned the little nuances, going and following along with y'all. So that I appreciate, because a lot of people always had the wrong information, all the time. And just like y'all saying, and it's ridiculous. So I'm just glad to be a part of the community, be a part of the movement. I'm ready to get this thing together, man. Uplift everybody. So I appreciate y'all just for being here and putting the energy and time into us, because we got to make millionaires together. That's the only way we can get there,
That's it.
So, and I know this probably not the most correct form, but I had a question about the auto trader. So I got both of them, one Blowfin and one Bing X, right?
Yep.
Bing X has been rolling, no issues there at all, but Blowfin, I started that one, I think it was on the call last week, in which you gave that to us. And so I just wanted to know, like, is that a slower one than the Bing X
Yeah.
one?
So every trader has a particular volume they do. Right now, when you see so much volume pumping into the market, the Bing X guy he just sits on Bitcoin all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's been following those patterns. That's why you see it the way you see it.
Right.
Blowfin, we're going to be sending you possibly this week or next week. We're going to send you a message with another trader on Blowfin. So we're going to ask you to open a second account, and then we're just going to keep going.
Okay.
You're just not going to get too much high volume. There are some people whose rooms are filled, and we're on the list to get in next.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So you're on this ride with us. So anytime we get somebody new, we'll tell you like, yo, because we're dealing with the same low volume on Blowfin that you are. So I know exactly what you're talking about. But just they're all wins at the end of the day anyway. He might have put in like maybe 7
Yeah.
so far, but it's 100% win rate. Yeah, so just bear with us. We actually have another trader now that I'm about to introduce you guys to. It's not high volume, but it's a little bit better than, but it's all win rates at the end of the day.
Right, right.
But don't like that BingX is a unicorn. Like, I don't want you to think like that's the norm.
That was my question,
Listen,
and
throw some money in there.
yeah.
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, it's in there.
Trust me, there's some people that can't even get on BingX to get what you have right now. So guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, we have an automated trading product. So one of my trading accounts, I'm averaging 21% so far. I'm going to finish at 35%. It's all compounding. So basically, at the end of the day, we teach you how to trade futures, which is the option version of crypto. I don't have the time. So I'm in automated trading right now, and it's basically, you're copying some top traders, and when they set a trade off, they don't have access to your money. It just, the automation, and this is the great part of the times that we live in right now, it's going to automatically copy that person's trade. And the person that he's talking about on one of the exchanges has a 99.9% win rate. This person hasn't lost a trade in like over 1,300 trades. You making money every day?
Every single day.
Every single day. So what we also taught them in the training was, I utilize that money to then buy spot calls. And if you don't know what a spot is, that's just basically buying a crypto project. So what I've done too is I have a separate wallet, Jay, just for those. So when I send them over to the cold storage wallet, I know I have a 0 entry because that was all from profit.
Right.
Exactly. So I'm gonna buy something wild with that. That's gonna be like, why did you do that purchase?
Yeah. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have that background moving for me, while I'm actually learning how to trade myself and do, keep the ball rolling. So yeah, I appreciate the knowledge on that, fam. We're gonna keep it
not
rolling.
too many guys out there with that product either, right or wrong.
Man, look, like I've been telling people on my Instagram, if you ain't in, you out. Like that's it.
Good. You'll be in a minute, but you just won't be in.
Yeah, that's got to fortify the position.
That's it. And guys, we have options at checkout for Klarna. If things are a little tight, however, we don't control that. You got to deal with them. And we have Afterpay. And you can use cryptocurrency. So a lot of guys are sitting on profit, and they have paid us in cryptocurrency too. We'll take it all. Not all, but yeah, I know. Don't come with like, I'll take PayPay. No, I won't take PayPay. But the obvious ones is no problem. Even if you wanted to use a stable coin, but like I said, if you're sitting on profit and you need to move stuff around, we can take cryptocurrency too. You can't check out. We just have to do the transaction, kind of behind the scenes. Champ just dropped the Skyton Academy. The corporate emails are going to start at the top of the year. I've never dealt with Gmail before, but we just had some issues with the server. Academy@gmail.com for now. If you wanted to pay in cryptocurrency, or if you just had a general question for us. My guy Ralph. What you got for us, Ralph?
Good afternoon, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good.
Bro.
I'm just gonna ask my question. We can do other things later on. I know, Steve, you were talking about how you can leverage your wallet and borrow against that instead of, selling your asset. I don't know if this is a place where you can just point out like one of these projects that do that, or is that something we should be researching a little deeper?
Let's drop it first, because I don't want to leave y'all by yourself with that. Don't do it just yet. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where Champ and I lost a lot of our crypto assets.
Yeah.
That 100K, it was just you find yourself over leveraged. You're gonna try to time the market. You might want to put the money back into crypto. That's where I went wrong. The market like changed on me. I was like, oh. So I had to let something go. DeFi, you got to be careful with DeFi. If those prices drop, they start to liquidate. So when they give you the loan, they also lock up the remaining, assets. So if I have $1 million worth of XRP right now, I'll get $500,000, but then the other $500,000 value is sitting with them. And then they'll start to liquidate you if the price starts to retrace, because it has to stay above a certain amount, which I understand, but a lot of it was like real predatory and like some bullshit. And there are lawsuits out there too, these companies. Guys, check this out in the chat too. So next Monday, we are hosting a, and this is free. It's a AI job impact report masterclass. We're just going to go through how AI is affecting. So we do everything future of finance. We're not just cryptocurrency. We have a free AI Visionaries Network group. We have over 300 and something students in there. There are free, I'm talking about maybe 9 or 10 courses on the walk-in, all entry level. What is AI? How is AI affecting the job markets? And we have products in there too. So Monday is our first AI masterclass. And this is where we talk about the industries, how things are being hit, and how you can protect yourself, right? The only way is to upskill yourself. That means training. That's the only way to protect yourself in this new job market. So definitely register for that. If you can, you should, you will. Because it's not just crypto that's affecting us right now. That you don't want to lose your job to AI. So you got to look at all these double-headed monsters. You got this opportunity here, and you got another opportunity that's taking an opportunity from you. So we got you covered. Anything future finance, nobody can touch us. Period. That's the first link is the masterclass registration. It's limited seating, guys. So get in because shit, 100. There was at least 200 people, another 100 people that couldn't get into the room. I'm not exaggerating. And then the AI Visionaries Network, that's the one that you can get in for free. And instantly you can start training for free. Short, easy to understand. Like, you can't fear this technology in these times. You have to lean into it and you just have to fight through it. It's not, you make it more difficult than it really is. And success is on the other side of fear. So get over your feelings right now. Or just the fear of being broke. That's pretty scary to me.
Very much so, especially in this economy.
Yeah. I'd love to see you guys on Monday night.
So
Travis,
I got a quick question for you. You know the auto trader? Is that still green? The regular site?
Nah, we shut it down, guys.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Shut it down. We can't. Y'all gonna blow up our spot. Now I'm messing. We're gonna bring it back next week, guys. If you're in the system, you're fine. You'll get alerts from us. Please, we send text messages out. Make us a contact in your phone. You might want to favorite us and star us at the top. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm just telling you, I've seen students in our class miss calls that Champs made, come back later. Like literally, if we can give you a lot of the calls that we've made, I'm kicking myself. Ando, write that down.
Oh yeah,
Call that one. What'd you call it at?
Man, 60 something cent, 62 cent.
Almost $2 now.
$2, yeah.
TARS AI, TARS AI.
Called that early in the game.
6 cents. And then I had to come back again because nobody's paying attention at 10 cents.
Yeah. It's 39 cents right now.
That's got an Apple partnership in it. Do your own research.
Oh yeah.
That's the first. So there's AI narratives inside of cryptocurrency too. Listen, there's no AI without blockchain technology. I'm gonna let you know that now. When those two merge, it's wild. So we have the AI, we have real world assets, we have tokenization of assets, we have the artificial intelligence, we have, we're working on carbon credits for you guys right now. What else is a big sector?
That's it. No, that's
the AI sector is really big.
Those are the big players right now. Yeah.
Those are the three big players right now. Travis. What's up, Travis? Travis looks new. Travis is a newbie. I know my crew.
Yeah, Trav new to the game. Trav, what's going on?
Trav, who's teaching you crypto, Trav, man? Why are you over here, man?
Y'all teaching me, man. I can't tell you how many coaches I done had throughout the years. I think I started with iLive, went through the A series. I done been through the Him 500. I done been through Knots. Bro, I've paid my dues, so I feel like this is happening for a reason.
Yeah.
So I think I wrote to you guys in the email letting y'all know that I was in the DeFi market. I lost almost 1.4 million. And exactly what you said, when it came to withdrawal, there was, oh, you got to upgrade your plan. You need to send in another 1,000, another 5,000, another 7,000. Like, dang, man, like what is going on? And I tried to file on it back in the UK, their version of the Better Business Bureau. And literally, like overnight, they pretty much disappeared. Like by the end of the week, the whole site was gone.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But rocking with y'all, it's been simple. I just got going with the auto trader last week. I'm already up. The only thing
You on
now
Bing
is,
X?
oh yeah, I'm rocking
Sweet, right?
on. It's too sweet. I think I got a cavity on my back too.
Have you lost a trade yet?
Only one I think I lost was because when I looked at the settings, it puts you in immediately.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. But other than that, everything I'm talking about crazy percentages. So now the job is just trying to figure out how to get more into it ASAP.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm ready to jump into this the foundation so that I can get brought back up to speed because I've been out of the game since that whole DeFi thing. I was almost ready to hang it up, but I know there's more to it.
I'm glad you stuck with it. Listen, those stories, I got those stories for days. We touted those projects, but we told people like, listen, you got to get in and get out. You know what I'm saying? There's ways of cashing out, but once that liquidity starts to dry up and new money's not coming in, that's what people didn't understand. We knew the game. There's no case use in DeFi like that. There's no 10,000 APY. Like Champ knows, I used to just be like, this is ridiculous, but I'd take a crack at it.
Yep. DAOs, man.
Yeah.
Intra loss. Yeah, them joints is wild. The runways would be for a week. You know what I mean? And you got 14,000% APY, 100,000% APY, 1 million APY.
Cowboys, man. We were straight cowboys.
Rolling that dice.
Absolutely dumb, but I'm telling you, man, that thing was like a casino. The longest run. And then when they bottom out on you, you just like, golly. So I appreciate you sticking with this. Now it's all fundamentals from here on out. That's why I didn't want to give out any DeFi plays until I get Larry Finken on the line.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I ain't messing with these other guys. And listen, if you see a crypto influencer, a teacher with a ski mask on, or someone that is using a avatar, don't mess with that stuff, man. We always tell you, we teach you how to fish here. So we don't hide anything. We show you where to go to get the information, how to validate the information, how to look for the team that created it, how to, research their history. But if you see a bunch of like avatars as the whatever, that's some Sam Bankman shit. Just run for the roads. We never touted FTX over here. Never.
Yeah.
That guy it was just so obvious that guy was just dumb. Smart, but dumb. Terra Luna. Yeah, we got a movie we could shoot on this stuff, man.
Facts.
This is going to be the most entertaining. Like, and people that come into it have no clue what we went through. So when I charge $97 for some shit, like, trust me, guys, just pay the money. We're gonna save you a lot of heartache.
A lot of headache.
I got killed, and they will never come back to this market again, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. My guy Walt.
Yeah, let's bring Walt up. Walt, he went out 1%, guys.
You might have some bad things to say about this, man. You sure you want
to Nah, brother. It's all love. It's all love.
I know.
But it's funny because I'm listening to everybody's story. Everybody has a story of how they got here, and this is not. It's not easy to get here. You know what I mean? Because I piggyback it off my man that just went off and Money Mike. I've been through so many different influencers and courses, and you don't know until you go through that. You don't know till you find this community here. You don't just stumble across it. You got to go through those trials and tribulations with the other influencers, courses, and you know what I mean, before you stumble upon the right spot. And I met with Champ earlier. Me and Champ was kicking it earlier on my portfolio review call, And like I was telling him, there's only a handful of people from where I'm at that I can really just chop it up with and kick it about what we talking about. And it's crazy because, you know, obviously you want to bring your close people with you. So I said, listen, man, go check out this link. I've given the link out, but people just, you know, I guess everybody can't come. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard, but it's gonna be like you said, they're gonna FOMO win. They're gonna want to FOMO win in the next 6 months to a year, and they're gonna be so far behind the 8 ball that, you know, and all I'm gonna say is, hey, I tried to tell you, I told you, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, the biggest thing with me is, and anybody that's new on here, is just being here, because I've been dollar cost averaging since 2020, but I didn't really know what I was doing. Fortunately, I did get into some decent positions, but I didn't know nothing about self custody and protecting it and getting it, you know what I'm saying? So this was it for me right here. And that's what I would tell anybody that's considering or just on the edge or thinking about it. The main thing is, like you said, y'all break it down so easy and make sure we protect it. That's my biggest draw from it.
That's what I love to hear, man.
That's it.
Listen,
That's what we lead with.
So there's a milestone. There's a milestone that just happened. So Bitcoin officially, I want this recorded. Bitcoin has officially surpassed 100,000. Officially surpassed 100K. So you know, I just wanted that to live. They know what time it is. The rest of the market about to go AWOL. We up. It's go time.
Psychological
Listen, if y'all understand, Bitcoin also started at thousands of a penny. In 2008, it was created. 2009, when it went public, 6 thousandths of a penny, 0.0006. It is now $100,120.56. His Oracle, so coin market cap right now, he's showing you guys. There's another nugget. Hello, major gem alert. Their Oracle is a little outdated. They've been having issues with their Oracle past couple of days, but you get the gist. We're at 100K right now, guys. Super milestone.
Why don't I have 10 of these things? Am I dumb? My wife be always asking me, man. She's like, "You sure we shouldn't have had some Bitcoin?" I'm like, "Listen, just trust me, man. We be all right." Yeah, there's a little bit in the tuck, but definitely not. Golly, wow.
100 pack, and right now it's running in real time. This is 100,231.30. See how it's just catching up. It's a little delayed, but listen, guys, this is the power, man, and this was like by design. The money is going to continue to flow in here. The attention is here. All the players that are necessary, they're now here. Gary Gensler's out. You know what I mean? So there's no more true war on crypto right now. We got the new pro crypto chair. That's Paul Atkins. Like, we out of here. We out of here. First 100 days are gonna be wild. So I really hope y'all paying attention.
They're gonna push this to $250,000. Q1.
I can see that. Easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Buy Bitcoin. You should have a little bit in your portfolio, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. This is astronomically just crazy right now. It does nothing, but it does everything. You know. Wow, that's a good number right there. Holy shit.
And it's running. And then this is what you got to understand. So I know there's newbies on the call, right? There's beginners on the call. Understand that this every year, every 4 years, there's a cycle that happens. Bitcoin runs up. After the dominance comes down, it rotates into ETH. Then it rotates from ETH and ETH's ecosystem to all other altcoins, right? So you guys got pre altcoin season pump. All of the projects that pump so far, they're mostly utility projects. We haven't even seen the true bull run start for altcoin season. So just understand that little blip we just saw already, that wasn't even it. That was just assets no longer being suppressed, catching up to where they were supposed to be. They were undervalued for so long. It's about to be go time. So if you sitting on the sidelines and you don't know how to transact, you don't know how to do anything in crypto, I'm telling you, get the foundation, understand so you can do this thing right. You can do this safe and securely, and then get your wallets and let's rock. Set up the
Listen,
exchange.
guys, you're one mistake away from like hating this thing. Trust me when I tell you that these guys are not leading with protection first, man. They are raw dogging out here, and it is nasty work, man. Straight up. That foundation would set you free, but you gotta do some work in 6.5 hours. Do not get yourself caught out there in this run, because if you lose early and you miss the opportunity, it'll never come back again, because you'll just have a distrust for it. You need to figure out, you have to have the trust in the person that's going to guide you. But before that, you have to have good discernment in yourself to make the right call. No one should be leading with how much money they made in the market and all that. Don't let that be the driver for you.
Please don't.
That's not their money in their account. Like, my wallet is my wallet. It has nothing to do with you. But my information and what Champ brings to the table, that's what changes lives. But our wallets don't have nothing to do with y'all. You weren't doing the things we were doing back then. You didn't take the losses we took. And you damn sure didn't put the time in that we did to carry a culture who just does not care about this. So for 3 years, we kept it black and brown. For 3 years. Or just just the underdog. And we never wavered. My wife is crazy. She said, I trust Bitcoin. That's what my mother-in-law, she had a dream. She's like, I trust Bitcoin. I'm like, so it's a thing now. I'm like, don't worry, we're good. We good. We got the Japanese Bitcoin. Japanese Bitcoin. Guys, there's going to be other numbers. I don't know about this 100K shit, but trust me, some of these small caps are, H-ball all-time high was $57. I mean, 57 cents. So like Champ said, we're not at all-time highs yet with a lot of things. Wow. I'm impressed.
Huge milestone. And this is just a revelation, like to be in the industry for 10 years. We literally been here for a decade. To see it grow, to see it like materialize to where it is right now, it's quite impressive. I'm still not a fan of Bitcoin, right? I'm gonna just be honest, just because I understand the technology, everything behind it. But I love to see the fact that more multimillionaires are being made, and we're part of that catalyst. That's adding to those numbers daily. So it's an incredible thing. So this is a big milestone. This is a big moment. I'm glad we got to share this with this. This is actually happening on the call. Jasmine shaking and moving. Jasmine,
We're gonna go Kevin Wilson, and I'll be fudging names. Daria, and I know I fudged it. Take it personal.
Kev, talk to us.
This the original Kev?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the original.
What? Let's go. Let's go. This is one of the original guys, man. You got to be kidding me. How you been?
I've been good. Look, I've been gone for a minute. I started my own business, man. All
Let's
the
go.
money, all the knowledge I got from y'all, I started my own business. But I just wanted to come in tonight, and Bitcoin hits 100,000. Look at that. But I've been knowing Champ, what, 03, 04, 20 years?
Yeah, 0304, yeah.
Yeah, 20 years, college, everything. But I just wanted to let y'all guys know how proud of y'all I am. 87 people still in the room. I think we used to have 5-6 hour calls with what, about 20, maybe 20 people?
If that.
If that.
Right. And to see where all these things have gone in the last few years, XRP, VeChain, HBAR. I'm buying HBAR at 4 cents all them years ago, and everything just
Let's go.
What? But my major thing is now I'm still in the industry that I was in before, and I wanted to ask a question about bricks.
Yep.
Where do y'all see that monetary piece playing a part in the market now? I know Trump, he has some things to say about bricks, and he's not feeling it right now, but do you still see that playing a part in the monetary market?
1000%. Steve, you want parts of this?
I'll go after you.
All right, so I see it twofold. First things first is what they give everybody in the public, right? Of course, it's high level data, so you still have to go seek it out. You have to uncover it. Everything has been about de-dollarization. Everybody moving away from the dominance and the weaponization of the US dollar, right? So the level playing field with BRICS nations and everybody else, the G7 and G20, everything is going to be cryptocurrency based. You're going to have digital assets, but you're going to have a basket of global reserve currencies. They want it to where it's a little bit easier, right, and fair, quote unquote, amongst all parties, because the U.S. everything had to be done in the U.S. dollar, right? So when it came to BRICS, what gave it the power was the petrodollar. Now there's countries that's transacting in their local currencies. The payment system that BRICS just created is BRICS Pay. BRICS Pay is backed by commodities and it's backed by cryptocurrency, right? So Russia, China, India, Brazil, um, China, South Africa, like all of the BRICS plus nations are all transacting in local currencies. Now the issue is he's the president that can basically stand up. If we would have had the other person in the building, none of this would even be a consideration. Here's where it gets fun. He's telling people that if you try to sidestep and de-dollarize, you're going to be hit with 100% tariffs. Nobody wants tariffs, right? That's going to literally shut down economies globally. This is how these economies are even thriving or surviving at this point. We are the largest export for most of these countries. We are the consumer of the goods, right? This is why America is all about consumerism. So in this level playing field situation that is literally playing out, everybody is going to need to use cryptocurrencies, the same payment rails. Everything has to be fast and efficient because people are going to be transacting billions and trillions, damn near quadrillions of cash and capital like this. And it has to move at the speed of light, period. So no matter how you spin it, both ways, both scenarios, all come to commodities being a key player. This is how countries are able to validate and add value to their local currency. And then they're going to utilize cryptocurrencies. No matter what payment rails, payment systems exist, they're all going to use cryptocurrencies. And they're only going to use a certain amount or certain type of digital assets without going too deep, because I got newbies on here. So, I don't want to, you know the difference. You know the 1% side. So yes, they're going to use it no matter what. Steve, what you got for that?
Hey, Kev, did you say trying to think what you said at the beginning. Did you say debt monetary peace?
Yeah. I just want to know how they're going to be able to cover some of that debt.
So with they're going to back their fiat or whatever they're going to choose by commodities, right? Remember, the world is like mineral rich. Hold this one. The first world is going to be the third world. The third world is going to be the first world, right? This is why I'm not sitting here with beginners much longer, because I'm going to South America and then Latin America and then the UAE, Dubai, Saudi. That's the pattern, right? The Asian countries are going to be the strongest economies in the world. The Japans, right? The Thailands. You're going to start to see a surgence. Like there's so much release that happens from this dollar, right? A global effect. So what they do is they'll raise the price of commodity, right? Whether it be gold, silver, or whatever, they'll set their own price, and then that would then bring down the cost of the debt. Now the game changer is this Bitcoin situation now. You start having people, the state of Pennsylvania, they have a Bitcoin reserve coming now. Like this is really a hedge against a lot of things right now. Pensions, 401ks, like they have to convert this into something. And that's the safest thing going right now. So, this is an interesting time right now. So that's how they're going to bring down the debt or even pay off the debt. Because think about it, the United States is the largest Bitcoin holder.
Right.
Largest Bitcoin holder.
And one of the crazy things I had at work, I work in the healthcare field.
Yeah.
We are backed by NVIDIA as our security company. And how about about a year ago, we got hacked, shut down all the computer systems in healthcare. So that tells you how that cybersecurity works and the different platforms they're trying to move into for safety and security. And that's what I tell people now. I like, look, get your money out of these banks and off these exchanges. Y'all taught us that in 2021. And so I've always kept that in mind. I've always protected my money. I don't even think I put money in the bank no more because of that. So, it's always been appreciative of how this group has been able to. Oh yeah, I check the videos. I'm on YouTube. I still check the videos out. So I'll be back. Especially to these calls to check you guys out. Like I said, I've been getting things good with my business. Things been flowing. And so, like I said, I really appreciate you guys.
Congratulations, man. Damn, Kev was definitely holding us down for a long time, man, when nobody was in these rooms.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, man. Wow.
My God.
My night, man. I really did. Because I be asking about you too, Kev.
I told him, that's why I popped in the DM. I said, yo, man, Kev, what's going on, man? Like, where you at, bro? Pop out. What's up? Where you at?
And that's one of the reasons I came, man. You wished my daughter happy birthday, man. So, I was like, yo, I ain't talked to Champ in a while, man. This is 20 years. I gotta go check on my man and check on the team. So, like I said, it's good to be back. I'll try to make as many of these as I can. Because I need to stay up on it, because being busy all the time, it's hard to stay up on it. And anybody in here that's a newbie, if y'all got any fears, 20 years. I'm gonna tell you like that. Knowing somebody for 20 years and being loyal and always been about business, always been loyal to the game, about getting people to make money. This is the team. And even Steve. I haven't even known Steve, about 4 years now. Never stirred me wrong. So look, if you're a newbie and you worried about anything, don't be. I promise you, you'll make whatever, follow the rules, listen to what they say, you'll definitely come up. Because I'm definitely living good.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. I got to add you to that 80 million. We might be up there at least 100 million. If everybody that kind of submitted something to me,
everybody.
I'm sure we're a big driver right now, man. I'm so happy for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, Wilson, what you got, man?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Man, how you doing, man? It's my guy right here.
I always want to say thank y'all, man. Like I got into this probably like 3 years ago. I'd say when I became obsessed with it, you know what I'm saying? And I worked in 2 banks before that. I worked in psych before that and then banks, you know what I'm saying? And then I got introduced to crypto. And I became obsessed with it, man. I dove head first and been learning everything. And when I connected with y'all, it was just about y'all just adding on to what I was learning on my own. I'm connected to like other people that I learned from and whatnot. And to be talking to people about this for so long, and I know a lot of people on this call can relate, but to be telling them about XRP and HBAR and algo and shoot, even Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying? But then to be seeing it happen in front, it's surreal. It's like when XRP was running up, it's almost like this shit isn't really happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? It feels crazy. And so yeah, man, the integrity that y'all lead with is the reason why, like, I tell everybody about y'all. I feel like I have students, you know what I'm saying? From my mom to like one of my guys that's on this call right now. And to see my mom, like, I showed her portfolio like in a month, and she was like, oh my God, I should have been doing more for in a month for it to be like just jumping $1,000 and like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, just crazy. My portfolio, to see that and be like, yo, I just wish I had like, Rockefeller type, money to be able to invest into the space because I believe in it so much. But yeah, man, just thank y'all for the integrity that y'all leave with. Like that's why I have no problem telling anybody about y'all. And I got a question for y'all. Like Champ, I know that Steve is getting out of here. He already told us where he's going. Where are you going when you get to where you need to get to? And also, where do y'all think the top is going to be in terms of like market cap? Like, I hear anywhere from like $8 to $12 trillion coming in by the end of like, the bull run. Where do y'all think the top's going to be? That's it. But thank y'all.
Top of the market?
The top, yeah. Like for this run.
Oh, for this run. There might like two guys could throw in $8 trillion. Now we're talking about Saudi, right? The guys that are on the Forbes list. So there's that wealth that's unaccounted for.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just focusing on the BlackRocks and the Vanguards and the whatever. But the shit, you got some telecommunication guys in Mexico. You got heavy hitters in Africa. You got every continent is going to convert to this. So $7 trillion could happen like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'd say we'll go behind the scenes with that because I don't like to make claims on the thing.
Okay.
But you're very close. Put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then think about it. It's the concentration of what projects is going to go into.
Absolutely. That's where I was
right.
going to go.
It's not going to be spread out through 30,000 projects. You'll have the cowboys doing the meme coins and all that. Stay away from the meme coin, guys. Like learn the game first. If you want to play around with a little something on profit, catch it. But they're not coded to give you all that money. I'm just going to let you know that now.
Mm-hmm.
Champ and I have been in these things. I've seen $1 million wallets and I'm like, I can't get the money out.
Telling you, don't play that game, man.
Yeah, don't give away your good products for that. I spent like so much Solana just chasing that damn ecosystem, man. But that's just me just playing scratch off. It's just digital scratch off. If you position well and you got some shit to play around with, but all these guys jumping on your feed talking about I turned $100 to $1 million and he got a ski mask on. Nah, don't do leave that shit alone. Trust me, I've been there.
By the time you hear it, you're already too late.
It's too late. Yeah, you're exit liquidity.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that rumor, that 9 trillion BlackRock infusion into
that was something I was going to address. I mean, so when you're talking about like where do you see the top of the market, I won't make a price prediction here, but I mean honestly, it's viable when BlackRock has 11 trillion assets under management. That's now. Imagine when it acquires more assets, right? So it's nothing for them to launch an ETF, give the exposure, you input inflows of 9 trillion into one ecosystem, and it does exactly what the inflows did with Bitcoin. We've never seen those type of inflows ever. And we've never had this type of transparency. We've never had this type of engagement or this type of capital infusion ever. This is the bull run of institutions. So damn near everything is possible. You know what I mean? You really can't put a cap on this because anything can happen in a matter of seconds. And then now we're altcoin season. Like Bitcoin dominance is running back up. So I mean, it's a little shaky. We ain't really have the true run yet, but it's coming. And damn near you can roll the dice and anything in the top 50 is going to appreciate at whatever percentage. So I don't know.
Let's 2 hour this one.
Yeah, now we should.
Yeah, I want the playback to be easy.
Yeah, we way past this, but yeah, I just see it. I see it materializing. I see it increasing substantially. I'll leave it at that.
You should.
Yeah, we're gonna stay away from the predictions. When you're in the 1%, then we could kind of wheel off. But the predictions go offline, and a lot of people see it, and it plays with their psyche because you really can't unsee it. It's like, oh no, the $10,000 XRP, and it's like, guys, you gotta be smart about this. And if you need profit, you got to take profit. Like don't kill yourself because I've gotten to a point in 10 years where there's times where I'm like, damn, could I get rid of this project but I'm top tier with my project, so it's hard for me to let go of just anything. But I got a couple in tuck though.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Link2 in a while. I know you guys have brought on Ray and everything from that, but like anybody that's able to get some Ripple private equity before they IPO next year, which I'm guessing they're gonna IPO next year. But like, if you're able to do that, because they did make it harder on Link to be able to just get it. But anybody that's able to do that, do yourself a favor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a super gem. That's a nugget right there. Kev Rocket. All right, so this is the last one, and then we out of here.
Rocket.
Yo. Appreciate y'all. Just want to say thank y'all. I've done pretty well for myself. I got a couple barbershops. My wife doesn't work. I've done pretty well, man. But I've never seen money flip like this amount in this amount of time ever in my life, dog. I'm at the barbershop. My wife's sending me Trulias of $1 million houses and shit like that. It's crazy, bro. So I just want to say thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. In the Bible, Moses led everybody out of Egypt to the promised land, to freedom. You know what I'm saying? So Crypto Moses, the Oracle, I appreciate y'all because I see why y'all got those names now, bro. Y'all the truth. The key to investing is getting ahead before the masses, and shit. Everything I got in my portfolio, man, in these past couple weeks has been ridiculous, man. And I only know this information because of y'all. I'll keep it quick because I know y'all don't want this video to be too long. Just one question. I'm not pulling any profits. I'm holding for the long term. But when it does come to pulling profits, do you suggest? Because I know people are gonna start trying to pull up profits. These exchanges probably gonna close down or do some bullshit when it comes to pulling liquidity. Do you suggest waiting around for this RLUSD? Because I'm sure they're gonna make sure it's backed by liquidity, so that shit doesn't happen. Or you try what you could do. Whatever exchange. What would you suggest?
I'll give you this one, right? If you're going to pull profit, figure out something that's going to appreciate that money, right? Because if you're just pulling profit just to let it sit in the United States bank to only have to on-ramp back into crypto again, that's not worth it. Now, if you're pulling profit and you're going to go buy some properties in South America, that's a different story. But they're accepting crypto all around the world. I showed you guys today, if you go to my IG page, to bitpay.com, bitpay.com, right? This site has over 250 retailers today that are letting you pay with Bitcoin. I mean, not Bitcoin, just all sorts of cryptocurrencies. Champ's dropping something on a vacation site, a travel site where you can buy, plane tickets and hotels and things like that. Kev, you out in Miami, I'm coming to see you in a minute. You're going to be on Bunkers Island in a minute with Bezos and those guys. Your portfolio looking good.
Y'all mentioned a minute ago, we're not doing dot connects no more. Once this bull run go up, we're gonna meet at the island, man. Let me know. We out there, man.
No, we're definitely so 2025. We're doing something international as a group. So we're putting all that together. Maybe Puerto Rico or South America.
Wherever it's at, count me in, bro. I owe y'all so much, bro. Y'all went on that stage. I met y'all at Blueprint, and y'all shut the crowd up. Niggas was walking out, putting their notebooks away because you were saying this is dead, that's dead, that's dead. Man, and y'all caught my attention with that. I ain't know nothing about crypto, but man, I'm so thankful to God that I found y'all, because bro, and like I said, I'm not selling, so this is about to change my family's life, bro. This is ridiculous, and I thank y'all so much. I can't say it enough. I got like 2 or 3 people on this call. Y'all, the way y'all lay out the information, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I miss not seeing y'all for the past couple weeks, but the amount of information I got, I don't really need y'all. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to these things, but like you put forward all the information. It's just there for however hungry you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all lay this stuff out so good, bro, that I didn't know shit about crypto, nothing. I heard about Bitcoin. I'm a barber, man, so you hear about all this stuff going around, but I never really cared about it. But the way that y'all rock that stage in that little bit of time, because they cut y'all short, they didn't even let y'all put up all the slides. In that little bit of time, how y'all presented that thing, man, it caught my attention, and I'm so glad that y'all put me onto this industry, because, man, people calling me, I'm teaching them, like it's crazy with the amount of information I got from you guys, and to see this thing grow this amount in just this little bit of time after the election is just like, damn, and we not even nowhere yet. Man, it's crazy that y'all did this class today and Bitcoin hit 100K today, and y'all dropping all this information today. It's just like, man, like y'all the truth, bro. I don't got nowhere else to say, but y'all the truth, and I really appreciate y'all, and I'm rocking with y'all till the wheels fall off, man.
Let's go.
Synchronicity. Listen, so that blueprint somebody's talking about, I'm dropping this in the chat. You guys can go ahead and just watch that. It took me a while to go back to watch it, but once you got me off the slides and you got me in that mode of just going, I just went. This video won't age. It will age well. And I had people to come back to me a year or so, 2 years later, like, yo, I see what you were talking about. I don't have my trucks. I see what you were talking about. I don't have the Airbnbs. I just look out so far out and I'm able to just, just see it for what it is. Sometimes when you just caught up in shit, you just can't even smell it when it's too close and you're sitting in it for too long.
Yeah, you're sitting too close to the target.
Tell Champ all the time, back up a little bit. Don't make quick moves. Just back up. Open up more of your vantage. And that's what I do. I don't really listen to much people out there, guys. I don't get my information from books and this influencer, that one. I read the headline. The Champ will read the whole shit forward and backwards. I read the headlines. I might glance at something, and then automatically, I kind of know the play in my head, and then I kind of go into the market and kind of see who's saying what. And I'm never off. I've yet to miss when it comes to this market. And I don't even really, I'll be honest with y'all, like real estate's my thing. I don't even really, I don't get at it like I used to in this market, but it's just embedded in me. So I can see it for what it is. Listen, if you think your portfolio is up now, just wait. We got a second round of shit that's about to happen. So when I move past this, I'm taking it to 2025 where you'll know what to do with it, right? Because when I set out, and I said this in the beginning, I said, listen, we're going to form a group and we're gonna have super opportunity around the world. So if you're going to take profit and do something with it, just make sure it is something that is going to appreciate, right? Buying real estate at the right price, commodities, diversifying into other products. If you have, you want to invest in your business, right? Multiple barbershops, things like that, marketing, advertising. Things that are going to make you more money later, then I'm all for it. But if it's about cars and things and depreciating assets, sit tight, man. Sit tight. All the dealerships, they're already accepting Bitcoin. There's not a dealership you can't go to and say Bitcoin and they're not going to figure out how to get that payment over. Same thing with real estate.
Word. So that's what I was gonna say. So you suggest then whenever it's time for me to do whatever, then just go ahead and try to use the Bitcoin as payment. I mean, use the crypto as payment versus having to swap it out or USD, USDC and change it in fiat. You just go ahead and just use the crypto straight through.
That's where we at. This is what it's gonna be for. Like, who wouldn't take Bitcoin right now? There's guys that, they took their paychecks in Bitcoin, they took their contract money in Bitcoin. They sounded dumb back then to people, but look at them now. Mayor Adams in New York, he took his first few paychecks and he came out with a joke today. He's like, it's so funny now, right?
He came out laughing at everybody.
Because the rabbit has the gun. You see what I'm saying? The rabbit has the gun. It's the first time in history that regular people, regular Joe Schmoes who don't come from financial backgrounds are able to be multimillionaires from two black guys who they took a chance on with no financial literacy background.
Wow.
Straight hustle.
Yeah.
Yo, we are the fucking greatest. I'm out.
There's nothing else to say after that one. Nah, real talk.
Take us out.
Listen, we greatly appreciate y'all. This has been the Crypto State of the Union. We are thrilled to have you guys join us on this journey. We're going to keep delivering. We've got so much in store for you guys, but we coming live and direct to every stage in the building. All right? The floor is ours. We got this. Skyton Academy. Steve, love you, brother.
My guy, love.
My guy, out.